Say I love it here. Hey, I love it here too. We growing together. All right. Somebody put family in the chat. Family in the chat. All right. Listen, before we get into class, all right. I want to bring one of my guys up. He out there on vacation. I was gonna get him later, but they said let me get him up here so he can get back to his vacation. But he out there sipping pina coladas, living his best life. So I wanted to bring up my guy Russ, man. My guy Russ. What's going on?
Hey, what up? What up? What up? How you doing today?
I'm good, man. What part of the country you in that, or out of the country you in? Where you at?
I'm in Cabo San Lucas right now.
That boy living good. That boy living good. Listen, the reason I wanted to bring you up, I remember you in a
Hmm.
challenge just like this, right? And
Yeah.
you already running a business. You already had things in motion. And the reason I wanted to have you too, because some people here they currently have something, and they
Okay.
are looking to add on funding as a service. So I wanted you to just talk about your experience in the program. I know you had your first $100,000 month. Congratulations. I know you've had, all different types of success. So just talk about the experiences you've been through and the type of money you've been able to make transparently since being in the program.
Okay, gotcha. So I first joined the program in December. And at first I was a little bit skeptical. So I don't know if you guys are like me. I was like, man, I don't know. It sounds kind of too good to be true. And I thought like, man, what if I get scammed? What if this don't work? But then on the other hand, I said, well, what if it does? So I
Mm.
remember the first get the bag, flip the bag challenge. I didn't join right then, but I prayed on it. I talked to my wife and I said, hey, there's this challenge going on, and I want to join it. And I told her how much it was. And she said, no, we'll figure out funding ourselves for that amount, right? But here was the blessing in it is that I'm a tax preparer. So I'm in the tax industry, right? And I was kind of a little bit skeptical because we're about to go into tax season, but I took that chance, and that chance was the best chance that I could have ever taken. And the reason why
Mm.
is once I added funding into my business, it allowed my business to grow. You know what I mean? I made over 100,000 more, but I didn't only add funding. I also added credit repair and business formation. So for taxes, that's huge. If you're a tax preparer, you know that everybody needs to have a schedule. See, well, hold on. First of all my tax preparers in the chat, drop a one in the chat for me.
Mm.
You're a tax preparer. Okay, okay. I see you, Renisha. I see you, VIP Road. Okay, okay. Nice. All right. So what this program did for me was mind blowing. This is why, is because I added business formation. You know that if you want to maximize somebody's return, you got to have that Schedule C on there, that business. So that's the extra stream of income, right? I added credit repair. First, I just wanted to do funding, but what I realized is everybody got bad credit, right? So I had to add that credit repair, and I partnered with somebody in the group. That was the major part. I remember talking to you, D, like, man,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get this funding going, but
Yeah.
everybody got bad credit.
Yeah.
And you just started laughing.
Yeah.
But you connected me with some people that do credit, right? And then I added credit to my tax preparation, and it was such a blessing because I hit them with I'll make more offers doing my
That's it.
pitch when I'm selling. You know what I'm saying? So say if I'm closing somebody, I get them 15,000, 16,000. I'll tell them, look, man, I'm able to get you 14,000, but I'm gonna fix your credit, and I'm also going to help you form your business. So this next year
Mm.
around, I'm about to double back, and we're gonna get them the funding now that their credit's right, and we are also going to uh, be able to get that money on the tax side. You know what I'm saying? Because business returns cost more. But I had my first 30K month a few months ago. It was actually after tax season. Tax season, I was so slammed and I couldn't really
Yeah.
get to this program like I wanted to. But come April, first 30K month, I had one client alone. I hit 16,000. I was able to get
Mm.
him 160,000 in funding. Then I was also combining, the business formation and the credit. And now all those people who I started to fix their credit are eligible for funding now. So what we're doing is putting them in position. That way, now I'm ready to make that move. You know what I mean? So I'm
That's
super
hard.
excited about that. But one thing I'll say about this program, the best thing about it was not only having you and having Ernest, you know, people who can help you with the funding sequence. I had no idea what a funding sequence was. So this is how it started for me. I tried to do it by myself, but I know that I had to find somebody who was where I wanted to go, right?
Mm,
And that was so key and so important to me because you were already where I wanted to be and where I needed to go, and you helped me get there quicker. You know,
that's
you
it.
were that navigation, that GPS. I knew about funding, but everybody online, they tell you different things like,
Facts.
oh, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to have your business, your LLC, you know, your address, but they don't tell you the exact way. When I started breaking down those modules, you told us step by step. First, get your virtual address, you know, get your business name. And people think the EIN's first, but that's way at the end. But I'm so excited because I'm about to kill the game this next year. I'm getting ready to run these webinars,
Let's
and I
get
got
it.
my high ticket offers,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
and I was able to become a service bureau for taxes. So now I'm bringing on EROs, preparers, and I'm
Nice.
training them. And I'm getting ready to cultivate and build them up.
Let's
So, what
go.
I have to say to you is if you're on the fence, like I was on the fence, take that chance. I promise it was the best chance I ever took. I'm in Cabo San Lucas right now, enjoying myself, living my best life, made
That's
over
lit.
100K, and I'm still growing. And I think that with everyone, you, this is how I feel is if you don't take a chance on you, then you're going to be in that same place next year, that
Mm,
same position, everything. So take that
mm,
chance. I took it, and I believe that action takers are money makers. And I'm right now
yeah,
doing
we're
my
on
thing
it.
in Cabo.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
that,
yeah.
bro. And I appreciate you sharing that, man. That's so good. And one thing you said is, I'm glad you was transparent. But he's like, listen, at first, what do you say? Your wife said we can learn funding on our own for that, right? And
Hell no.
and I think that be the mindset. But it's like you got to think, yo, how much time is it costing you? Like we've all
Yep.
tried things on our own, right? I'm 33 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I tried 6 years in a row to try to figure out this business on my own. It it costs you more in frustration. It costs you more in time. It costs you more in stress. It costs you more in not making the money you want to make. And the biggest thing I got from you is it's bigger than just the taxes. But what you did is you took this skill and you didn't build on it for you, but you built on it for your future business. Now you teaching
Yeah.
your people under your tax business how to get funding, how to maximize, right? So I tell people this skill is bigger than just for me, y'all. Once y'all understand and master front end, there's nothing in this world that you can't have. Now Russ is going on to make money forever. He paid me one time a year ago, right?
Yeah.
And he's gonna
Yeah.
make money. That was a couple months ago, and now he's gonna make money for the rest of his life. So skill sets are the best investment, bro. And I appreciate you, man, sharing that. And let's go get 7 figures this year, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get it. One thing I would also like to say to everyone is that this skill set is something that'll allow you to never go broke again. If
Mm,
you fall
mm,
off, no matter what happens, if you know how to fix your credit and you know how to get funding, you cannot lose ever. So
facts.
I thank you for this skill set, and I am so just appreciative, and I salute you, man. And if you're thinking about joining, join the community because there's a lot of like-minded individuals like me in there. And if you do join, find me. My name is Russell Wilson. I want
Yes.
you to connect with me in the chat
Yes.
and say, hey, Russ, I was on that call. I joined. We're going to welcome you, show you some love,
That's
and we're
it.
going to get this money.
That's it. That's it. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. You continue enjoying your trip out there, man. Get back to work so we can get this money, man. Enjoy. Take care. And then drop your
Yes,
IG
sir.
so the people can check you out. They can go follow you.
All right, for
All
sure.
right, brother. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Yes. So my question is, who's next? Who's next, y'all? And here's the beautiful thing, right? So yesterday I brought on Alex, right? Alex didn't have another business, right? He went from working to I'm gonna start something. Funding full time is now making. He showed y'all $25,000, $30,000, $50,000 months. Russ, the reason I brought him on today because he already had a business. He already had something. But I wanted to show you all, like I was talking to Prince about, if you have something that you're already doing, you can add funding as a service. By him going from just doing taxes to now adding taxes plus business formation, which you learn, funding you learn, credit repair you have a lot of opportunity to learn as well. Now he was able to triple his revenue on what he was already doing. So whether you're going all in on this thing to make this thing your thing, you're going to crush it. Whether you're just adding it on to what you already do, you're going to crush it. If you're a 9-to-5er looking to get into something new, you're going to crush it. Why? Because there's nothing more in demand than funding. Why? 88% of people in America, almost 9 out of 10 people got less than $1,000 to their bank account. So you tell me, if you were to offer funding, you don't think that right now, if you were to send your group chat a text message, who needs some capital, that people wouldn't say me, right? Only thing you have to do is just start to get good at the skill. And like he told you, he told you without telling you, but there's so many other ways to monetize it. Consulting, right? Hey, cool, they don't have the profile right now. Okay, we can consult. We can offer them trade lines to help them get in position so we can fund them. Oh, they got a new LLC. Okay, y'all gonna learn about Age Corps. We can offer them a trade line to get their personal right, Age Corp to get their business older. So now I get a bigger bag with funding. Oh, I can partner with someone who does credit repair. Or if you wanna learn the credit repair, you can offer that as well. It doesn't matter, but we make money in all different ways, y'all. Oh, digital product and service. Okay, they can't afford this right now. Let me go give them my digital product so they can get started, y'all. Right? But the key to this thing is making more offers. Somebody put more offers in the chat. More offers. That's the name of the game when it comes to business. All right. Darius, you'll be on a mentoring of ecosystem because within family, there's so many referral professions that can meet us with things and then another thing. I'm glad you said that, y'all. Taxes is just one of the industries. If you're a realtor, if you are anything, a personal trainer. I got a personal trainer in my actually, let me see if I can get him here this week. I got a personal trainer who came into my program. He owned his own gym though. He owned his own gym, and he's like, yo, he came in to try to get funding for himself. Then he's like, yo, his gym costs $300 a month. He has a premium gym, one of those like powerlifting gyms. He's like, I got a lot of business owners in my gym. What if I just offered funding to all the members in my gym? Yo, he did $128,000 in 1 month just within the members of his gym. So it doesn't matter what business you have. If you go say, hey, such and such businesses, we now offer additional services, business formation and funding. You're just going to triple your revenue. All right. So it's not just taxes, all industries. All right. Does that make sense? Somebody say, got it if you got it. Got it if you got it. And then we about to get into class, y'all. How many of y'all excited about day 2? Day 2, we're going to be breaking down how you guys and girls, of course, can get into this funding game and make easily 6 figures or more. All right. But before we get into class, I love to break down a money misbelief every single day. All right. The money misbelief. I want to call somebody. Do I want to call somebody? Let me see. Anybody want to get put on the spot? Actually, we'll do it together. We'll do it together. I like to do it together. Let me see. All right. Seriously though, right? Because there's a lesson in this. It's not a trick question. It's very, very, very open and transparent. Y'all, for you all here, if I were to sell you $100, right? I have $100 for you, all right? But you have to give me $10 in order to get the $100. Would you take that? Would you do that? Yes or no? And it's not a trick question. Y'all would do that? Okay, good. All right, y'all do that. All right, now let's say I was like, okay, I want to sell you this $1,000. I got $1,000 for you, but you have to first bring me $100. Would you take that one? You bring me 100, you get 1,000. Okay. Somebody said, hell yeah. Somebody said, hell yeah, sign me up. Y'all crazy. All right, cool. All right. Now, if I was like, all right, I got $100,000. I want to sell you this $100,000, but in order to receive this $100,000 first, you have to bring me $10,000. Would you do it? Would you take that one? And be honest, if you wouldn't, you wouldn't. Okay. I'm going to say if I had yes. Okay, cool. Now, last one I'm going to ask you, if I were to say, listen, I want to sell you this $1 million, but you have to first bring me $100,000. You bring me $100,000, you get $1 million. Would you then do that? Okay, a lot of y'all saying yes. All right, cool. Now, let me ask you, out of all of the 5 options that I just gave you, which one out of all of them would you take? Out of all of them. You got to pick one. Would it be the 100 for the 10, the 100,000 for the 10,000, or the $1 million for the 100,000? Okay, a lot of you are saying the last one, but why though? Why would you pick the last one? It has the largest cost. It has the largest cost. Why would you pick that? Diane said, so good. So good. Congratulations, y'all. I just taught y'all how to think like the wealthy. You see, what happens is poor people, and when I say poor, I mean mindset. I mean nothing to do with your pockets, right? A poor mindset, passing over opportunities repeatedly. See, poor people worry about the cost of everything. Wealthy people ask how much is it worth, right? So what you did there was you said, some of y'all said, because it had the biggest return. A lot of us were always worried about what does it cost? What does it cost? What is the cost? And because that's what we think first, guess what? It costs us so much more in life. It costs us missed opportunities. It costs us years of frustration. So what I want you to do is I want you to reframe your thinking for not how much does it cost, but how much is it worth? And that mindset, I want you to apply that to every single part of your life. Are we clear? Are we clear from this day forward? Never think first, what does it cost? Think, what is the return, y'all? Because when you think about the value, the return first, what happens is you get more clarity. You get to think from a place of not survival, but thriving, y'all, right? So when you adopt this philosophy, your whole life will change. I grew up in an environment, everything we're doing, it gotta be on sale. We on a clearance rack. Everything has to be that way. But here's what I learned was the problem. What in the environment I was in, it was cool, we're saving money, but I realized it cost me much more on missed out opportunities. It cost me more from becoming premium. But why? Because I had to unlearn and relearn. My mindset always thought, what's the cheapest? But here's the reality. If something's the cheapest, do you expect it to be the best? Like if I told y'all my Lamborghini downstairs, one of y'all can have it for $10,000, what would your first thought be? My $250,000 car, I'm gonna sell it to you for $10,000. What would your thought be? Why? Something must be wrong. Motor blown. Scam. Why? Because if I was the cheapest, you wouldn't expect me to be the best. And because I'm the best, you wouldn't expect me to be the cheapest. So when you guys think of life, the things you want out of life, I want you to think, what is the value and the return, not what does it cost? Are we clear on that? Put value in the chat if you got it. Someone said a lemon, right? You're going to think these things. Just like you don't go to McDonald's expecting to feel good after. You know you getting faster, but you also know you're going to be hurting. When you go to STK, these nice restaurants, you expect premium. All right? Dress how you want to be addressed. All right, are we good? Are we clear? Do we now understand how to think to become premium, attract premium, and of course, charge premium, right? I can't be more than I've given, right? If I haven't become that person, I'm not eligible to charge those things. So I have to become it first so that I can go out and show the world that in reciprocity, I get that back in return. All right, good. All right, y'all, we're going to get into it. I got these, there we go. Slide deck. And we rocking, y'all. Let me see. All right, perfect. Get the bag, flip the bag. All right, cool. Can everyone see my screen? And is it visible enough for you? If so, just put me. And then, actually, let me put it so you guys can see me. I don't think you guys can see me on that. Let me see. Optimize for sharing. All right, cool. Let me try one more time. Can everyone see me and hear me now? Can everyone see me and hear me now? See and hear me now. All right, good. All right. Welcome to day 2. All right, day 2, build the funding business. One of my favorite businesses in the world, right? We've had multiple businesses. This is one of my favorites. The reason why is because it's the only business I know with 10 clients a year. Really, it could be less, but I like to say 10 law of averages, right? 10 clients a year make you 6 figures. All right, you heard Russ, right? On top of this business, it's not just about the act of funding, but the different services around. So we create an ecosystem for you to never be broke. All right. So the 7-figure business model. A lot of people, they offer credit repair. Here's the thing. I don't do credit repair. I don't talk credit repair. We do have credit repair calls that you guys can get on within the program because I know some of you want to offer it. I'm not going to discourage you because, again, I have some people in my program, right? We teach them the marketing. They're making $10,000, $15,000 alone just with credit repair. And they use it as a system to funnel their funding clients because now when they get their credit repaired, guess what? Now they're ready for funding. So if you want to offer that, typically people go $500 to $1,000. Right? Cleans your client's report. Now, that can help you start building up some good cash flow. You getting, $600, 10 clients, that's $6K a month. All right? The good thing about it is it's super easy because a lot of people have bad credit. 7.5 out of 10 people in America have bad credit. So you're going to have problems in life. You're not going to have problems finding the people who you need to repair credit. All right? But cool. I don't want y'all to just make $600, $700, $1,000, right? Now we get into trade lines. I taught y'all yesterday how trade lines work. How many of us remember that? Like how many of y'all good on trade lines now? You got an understanding and you can see yourself charging to help people enhance their credit. Okay, good. All right, typically $300 to $1,500 is the range, depending on the trade line age, the trade line limit, you know, how soon it's gonna hit. All right, now we're at, let's say, an average of, let's even say $1,500 between these two products and services. $1,500, we're not mad, right? Two of these a week, 3,000. That's some people's income at the job, so we're not mad at that, right? But this is where we take it to high ticket now, right? Somebody say more. So when I do these things, I put them in position. All right. Now all I'm doing is setting myself up to get them anywhere from $50,000 to really $250,000 in funding. Because when I get them funded, I charge a percentage. And I'm going to break that thing down in a second. But typically my payout on $50,000, if I'm charging 10%, would be $5K. On $100,000, it would be $10K. So now I took a person from a $1,500 client through those two services to now being an $8,000 to $13,000 client. How many people want $13,000 clients? Put me in the chat if you want that. Like what Rush just told you, it might have went over your head like luggage. He said, I got one client, $160,000 in funding, which pocketed him $16,000. See, you don't need a whole lot of quantity. All you need is the right quality. And I'm going to show y'all today how to be able to do that. So imagine if Rush is doubling that up every single month, one client, 16,000 every month. 2 and 12, he's at 240 minus probably 4 over 12. Talking about $215,000 if he only gets one client and he can average that same number. All right. Now, filing a foreign entity. All right. Has anyone heard of a foreign entity? If so, just put me in the chat. If you haven't, just put no. Regardless, I got you. All right. Regardless, I got you. Anyone heard of a foreign entity or foreign filing? These are two different terms, same thing. Okay, good. Now, what a foreign entity is, it is the ability for you to get 5 to 10x the amount of funding that you would if you were just a regular entity. Why? Because a foreign entity allows you to set up your entity in any state in which you like. So what a lot of people do is, all right, there are banks. For example, there's something called Key Bank. I don't know if anyone's heard of it, but Key Bank is a geo-based bank. All right. Actually, I'll use one that a lot of people know. Anyone heard of Truist? Anyone here, you heard of Truist Bank? Okay, good. If you're in Atlanta, you definitely know Truist. It's on every other corner, right? But here's the reality. Truist isn't in all 50 states. It's in a lot more states now, but it's not in all 50. And the way Truist works is, if you want to get business funding with Truist, guess what? Your business must be registered in a state where Truist is. Otherwise, you can't. So if I wanted to go shop with Truist, if I wanted to go shop with Citizens, if I wanted to go shop with Key Bank, guess what? I need, and my business isn't in the state where those are, I have to set up a foreign filing, all right? Once I set up a foreign entity or foreign filing, I am now eligible to go to all banks, whether they're geo-based or national, all right, that approve businesses in that state. Are we with me so far? Just let me know in the chat. Just say one more time if you need one more time. Just say, I got it, Darius, if I got it. I just want to make sure we good. Okay, good. All right, we got it. Okay, one more time. All right, Pooh. Really quick, I got you. So if I want to go shop at a bank that only funds to businesses that are registered in that state, and I'm not in that state, my business isn't, I have to file a foreign entity in the state where that bank is. What that now does is it allows me to shop in all banks in that state. So let's say I do this in 3 to 4 states where they got different banks that only fund to businesses in those states. Well, guess what? I've given myself now more opportunity. I've given myself more chances for more funding. And if you're running a funding company, then you could have your clients do this, and now you open them up for more funding possibilities. All right. Well, Darius, what do I need to do this? So first thing you're going to do, all right, you're going to go to the Secretary of State, all right, where that bank is. And what you're going to do is you're going to file your entity. It's going to have a tab that says set up foreign entity, and you're simply going to answer some questions. It's a 5 to 10 minute process max. All right. They're going to let you know within a few days or a day or two, you've been approved. Your entity is now set up in this state. All right, we good on that so far? The second thing we got to do, though, there's a little more. All right, we got to get a business address in that state. Now, if it's a temporary thing, I'm going to give y'all a hack. All right, if it's a temporary situation, all right, and you have someone you know in that state, you just list it under their address that they are, right? Your business can be registered there. Now, if it's something you're going to do long-term, though, you want to get a actual business address. We talked about Opus. We talked about Regis. Why? To get you a physical brick-and-mortar building. All right, because it's going to be long term. People are going to see your people's personal information, and we want to make sure that they are safe, we are safe, and our business looks the part. That makes sense so far. How many of us excited about the foreign entity play? This one play right here could be the difference between 150 to getting 500,000. All right, depending on the situation. All right, good. All right, starting a funding company. This is where it gets good. So, what is a funding company? A funding company is a white glove service. It's a done for you service. I always tell people I believe that we should fish, but I understand that sometimes there are people who want us to fish for them. All right. So the way it works is, y'all, you could charge anywhere from 5 to really whatever percent you want. I actually know a dude, he charges 25%. Now, do I think that's a lot? Yeah, but who am I to tell him how to or not to run his business? The reason I charge 10 because I think 10 is fair. Some people think my 10 is cheap. They think I should go 15. It all depends on you, right? You can justify it any way you want because here's the reality. Y'all ready for this? Here's the reality. If they don't come to you for funding, no matter what your price is, what changes in their life? Someone needs funding. You know how to get them funding. What happens if they don't come to you? They have to keep their problems. They have to continue to watch other people chase their dreams while they don't get to chase their dreams because they can't get the funding. So the reality is, even if you charge 10, 15, 20%, you are doing them a service and not a disservice. Because it costs them way more to not get access to any funding than to come into you and have you be able to get the funding. It costs time, energy for them trying to figure it out. Most people never figure it out, right, by themselves. It's just the reality, all right? So no matter what you charge, understand how to justify your price. Like, I know 10 is cheap, right? I know 10 is cheap, but I charge it because I understand. I just feel like, listen, they're going to send me referrals. We're going to cook. It's going to make sense regardless, all right? Example, if a client gets approved for $100,000 with the first round, 10 credit cards, your payout would be, if you were at 15%, $15,000. If you were at 10%, $10,000. If you charge 5%, it would be $5,000. Is anybody mad at any of these numbers? How many of y'all looking like, shoot, I'll give busy even off 5%, right? How many of y'all are starting to see it like, okay, cool. Even if I'm getting someone only $50,000, but I'm charging 10%, which easily, I got a play I teach my mentees, the first play when y'all join the program, I'm going to tell you how to go get that first win quick, which is going to pay you $3,000 to $5,000 every trip. All right. One play. I got one student. He's running this one play. He makes $30,000 to $50,000 every month off of one play. He's not even doing the full sequence that I'm telling him to do. He's like, I'm good with just this. He's cooling. He's good. Why? Because with this business, y'all, the reason I love it is because you don't have a lot of overhead. You know what your overhead is? Your overhead might be your calendar link, $9.99. Your overhead might be DocuSign. I think it's like $9.97 a month. Or there are alternatives for those. But y'all, you really don't have much overhead. And guess what? You know what the sweeter thing is? You don't have to run ads. My most successful students, when it comes to funding the company, they're not running ads. Why? They're leveraging partnerships. And I'm going to get into that. They're leveraging affiliates. Why? Because everyone knows the people who need money. For example, if Russ didn't join my program, what would Russ have to do if he wanted to offer his clients, his tax clients, more funding? He would have to send them to me. So rather than him sending them to me and getting a little piece of the pie, why not he get the whole pie? Does that make sense? So what we do is we partner with people like realtors, tax strategists, mortgage lenders, right? Anybody, gym owners, other funders, all right? And we can do the service for their clients and get paid. I'm not here to be popular. I'm here to be paid. So I don't care if there's two ways we can create it. We can create it so they give the illusion that it's going through them and I'm just doing the back end work, which is cool with me, right? They want to promote it. Like I said, I love that. I just want to break the bread with them. The other opportunity is they can tell people, hey, we partner with this company and we take on board their clients and hit it ourselves. Either way, we're getting paid, all right? This makes sense so far? How many of us are confident on what a funding company is and how it works? Just let me know. 1 through 10. All right, Carlene says, sign me up all day. Right. That's how I felt, y'all, when I first heard it. If they get approved for a credit card, how do they ensure they pay? I'm going to walk through that. I got you. All right, good. So we confident. I see some 10s in there. Okay, good. How many of y'all know that y'all need to add funding as a service? Whether you're starting this business, coming into entrepreneurship, or you already have an existing business and you need to add this as a service. Okay, good. Everyone on here should be adding this as a service, right? What is a funding broker? Y'all, I got a lady in my program. She kept coming on and talking about her wins. So one day I'm like, well, show me, because I'm big on like receipts. Like, show me, don't just tell me, right? So she showed me the payouts that she was getting, but I noticed they were all from transactions from like Zelle, and even one time it was like Cash App. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, we got to take it through the processor. Well, she's like, well, what I'm doing is I'm a funding broker, because I teach you how to be a funding broker. And what a funding broker is, essentially, you're a middleman or a middlewoman. All right, what that means is you can actually promote funding and partner with people who actually provide the service. And now you can get between 2 and 5%. So I want you to imagine, right? I want you to imagine this. Imagine you're promoted, whether it's through affiliates, whether it's through partnerships, whether it's through brick and mortar, whether it's through online. You find a client. You connect the client with the person who's doing the funding, and there's a lot of ways you can do this. You can have them fill out a form. You can have them fill out a form where nobody they know it's yours, but someone else handles the fulfillment, right? Give me one sec, y'all. Or the other option is you can directly connect them with the person. The person is aware you have a contract between that person that they are to send you a percentage. You can introduce them as your business partner who handles the fulfillment. However you want to do the intro, that's on you. If the person gets that person access to $100,000, y'all, your payout would be $2,000 to $5,000 if that person charges 10%. And all you did was hand off the client to someone who provides the service. See, most people's whole offer, they're not even making $2,000 to $5,000 a client just for sending someone a referral. We're talking about real money. All right, we're talking about generating an extra $50,000 to $80,000 this year, y'all. How many of y'all like the sound of that? Just from being able to hand off and promote. That's it. You go find the work. You give someone the work. They make the money. All right. Now, what do we actually get them funded with? So there's a number of things. All right. We can go personal credit cards, right? Why? Because people are going to need that a lot of the time. Everyone's going to come to you, man, I want business funding. You know what you're going to do? You're going to look at their profile, and you're going to realize, okay, I know what you want, but first we got to get you what you need. We charge on those, though. We charge for everything we get a person. Personal lines of credit, we're charging. Personal loans, we're charging. One of my favorite plays, business credit cards, business loans, SBAs, if you get it, revenue-based lending, subprime lenders, all of these different opportunities. I know a dude, he charges for auto loans. I know a dude, he charges for auto loans. He charges 5% for auto loans and 10% on everything else. And it's crazy because most auto loans are pre-approval, meaning a person could just do it by themselves. Well, they still got to know like the numbers and stuff like that. But my point is, y'all, you all going to get paid every which way. So now we got all these different ways to get paid with funding. We understand trade lines. We're going to get into age corps, and we understand some of y'all might want to do credit repair as well. All right. How do I actually find the clients? All right. All right. So when I say strategic partnerships, all right, I already broke down it for you, right? But think about who are the people who have the people who need funding. I'll just tell you. See, one of the biggest partnerships you're going to build is going to be with people who provide credit repair service. Why? Because a lot of them, they don't do funding. People assume when people do credit repair that they do funding. 85% of them that I know don't. And the reason why is because they don't know it. They haven't learned it. They learned only credit repair. People on the outside think that, oh, it's the same thing. It's not. It's completely different. It's completely different. So what I teach you how to do is I'm going to teach you all how to find these people, present to these people, scripts that you can use to land partnerships with these people so that they can send you their clients once they're done funded. And I'm going to also provide you guys the contract, those of y'all who can see what's the contract, to be able to get to them to make sure that they keep you in the loop and pay you for the people that they send. All right. Does that make sense? So now we talked about tax owners, we talked about realtors, we talked about mortgage lenders, really all businesses. But one of your number one ones is going to be credit repair people and other funders, because y'all gonna be ahead of the other people, right? Y'all with the cool crew. All right. Second thing we talk about is gonna be social media. All right. Social media content, right? I forget who asked earlier, all right? But when we talk about social media, all right, when we talk about social media is free, y'all. There's no reason that we shouldn't be posting. Now, I want to be very clear, though. Do you need to post? What do y'all believe the answer is? Do you believe that you need to post to make a lot of money with a funding company, yes or no? Do you believe that you need to? Yes or no? Okay, good. Let me see. Okay, we're like 50-50. Here's the answer. The answer is no, you do not need it. But would I advise it? Absolutely. Right. I got one of my students, he gonna come talk to you on a few. He just now getting back into content, but I've been on him, but he's doing damn near $200,000 a month off that service, and he doesn't really post that much. Right. Why? Because when we understand partnerships, when we understand DM scripts, when we understand leverage, we can do that. But I want you to win in all facets: content, partnerships, communities, right? Affiliates, all right? So what I want to do is I'm going to give y'all, all right, I'm going to give y'all, well, if y'all want to get into some content game, anybody here want to know how you all can start to come up with content ideas? I don't want to show y'all something y'all don't want to be showed. So let me see. Let me ask you. All right, cool. How many of y'all struggle with content and need new content ideas? And you're like, I just need to, like, I got it. Okay. All right, good. So this is, oh, sorry, I did that on accident. So this is, let me see, where'd it go? Okay, there we go. All right, perfect. Update CPL for barbers in a circle. Perfect. Y'all can see my screen again, right? All right, so I'm gonna go to Darius AI. So we have our own custom AI bot, right? Based on me, how I teach. We fed it thousands of hours of all of my content in my mastermind, in my program, right? This way, literally, you get to talk to me all day long. Like I got my students, they go crazy. They're like, yo, your you's a better you than you, right? Literally, this tool right here is a game changer, all right? But what I want to do is I want to show y'all, look, we even got a automation, audit my content and tell me what's wrong. So what you can do is you can drop your current content and you can get feedback in real time based off how I will coach you. But what I'm going to do for the sake of this is I'm going to tell it to give me, all right, I'm going to do the audio. All right, so let me see. All right, so this is what I want. All right, I'm looking to put out more particular value content. What I want you to do is I want you to give me 10 value-based scripts that are 10 out of 10 with mistakes, tips, tricks, hacks. I want a lot to optimize for a lot of saves, a lot of engagement, and a lot of DMs. All right, I'm doing funding as a service. All right, create me 10 of those. Hook, value, heavy value, and call to action. All right, so when I feed it this, y'all, it gets so good, right? So when I feed it this, and I give you guys the exact prompts to use, because I know ChatGPT, a lot of people think they didn't know how to use it, and there's levels to it, right? So not only have we created Darius AI 24/7, but also I give you the prompts for how to use this thing properly. So look, all right, these are built funding as a service for optimized for high retention, high saves, high comments, high DMs, authorizing, positioning, and lead generation. Lead generation is my ability to get people to want to come to me for funding. So let's look at the first one. Stop applying for business funding if you're making this one mistake. See, most business owners think they need more banks. Wrong. They need a stronger borrower profile. Here's what lenders actually look at: your time in business, revenue consistency, cash flow, existing debt, business bank activity, industry risk, and personal credit. If your profile is weak, applying to 10 lenders won't help. All right, you'll just collect denials. Fix the profile first. Funding comes easier when you're fundable. Comment the word profile, and I'll send you a checklist I use for submitting funding applications. Y'all, game changer, right? How many of y'all thought that was good? How many of y'all thought that was good, right? So the reason I'm telling y'all this is because you are now in a time where you don't have to think, because you have tools and people who have been to places that you're looking to go, who can literally provide you the scripts. See, most people, the reason they don't post content is because they don't know what to post. Am I right or am I right? Or you think yourself out your spot. But when you get the tools, the reason it's so valuable is not just because of what it gives you, but because it helps you to be able to push yourself forward. So now you don't have any excuse for why I can't push myself outside my comfort zone. That makes sense, right? Hook script number 2, 3 reasons you're getting denied and nobody's telling you why. Reason number 1, you're applying too early. Reason number 2, you're applying with the wrong lenders. Reason number 3, you're submitting incomplete financials. Most people think every lender has the same approval criteria. They don't. One lender may decline you, another may approve you the same day. The strategy matters more than the application. DM me the word approved so me and my team can get you access to $50,000 to $100,000 in funding. Y'all, is this good or is this good? How many of y'all now are thinking to yourselves, I no longer have an excuse to not be able to put out content? Y'all, come on, y'all. There ain't no more excuses. There's nothing you cannot do in this world with the right infrastructure, information, and accountability, right? No excuses. None. Right? So those are the type things and resources and tools that I want you all to have every single day in your business, whether you do funding, taxes, trucking. I don't care if you sell apples on a tree. It doesn't matter, right? You pick the niche, so we're gonna help you get rich, right? But the tools and the resources and the accountability, the thing that you need, all right? So that's just something light. Like there's thousands of things we can do. I can tell it, I got a prompt where it'll build out your whole entire content strategy for the next 30 days, every single day, what to post, what time to post, right? So we have a lot of different stuff that you can utilize to be able to grow. But I wanted to allow you to see what's possible when you understand how to leverage AI. All right. Proof, approve, good, all of these different things. All right. So we got content. We understand funding. We understand partnerships. And now we understand social media. Correct or correct? Good. Good, good, good. Let me go back to the slides. The last thing, all right, last thing I want to do, not last thing, but the last part of this. How do I find clients? So we understand clients is not hard. In other businesses, it's a little different. In this business, I don't need paid ads, right? Because I understand partnerships. I understand content. I don't need to do a whole lot of content if I don't want to, because guess what? I understand partnerships and I understand this last play. The last play I'm gonna give y'all today, right? With finding clients is communities. Y'all, one of my guys, right, and he's about to actually come up here in a few, right, has literally made over $500,000 with this one strategy that I'm gonna give y'all. One, OPC. All right, anyone know what OPC stands for? Other people's communities, right? Anyone in here, you've ever been in a community before? Anyone here? You ever been in a community before? You ever been in a program before? You ever been in a mentorship before? Anyone here? What site made that content? So that's our custom GPT that we have. All right. Okay, good. Good. I love it. All right. So when you're in those programs, what are some of the common denominators of the other people who are in those programs? If you've been in an Airbnb program, maybe you've been in a real estate program, maybe you've been in a credit repair program, maybe you've been in a funding program. What are some of the biggest common denominators in those programs? Yes, affiliates. Everyone needs money. Coco on point like a number 2 pencil. Everybody needs money. So what we do is I give you all a script on how you guys can partner with these people, these coaches, these consultants, these personal brands who have communities, go into their community, give free value, because why? When you give free value, what you do is you earn their trust. You also add value to the personal brand or coach. Why? Because now their community thinks highly of them for bringing you, who gave them the value. Then what we do is at the end, we offer our service for anybody who would like this just done for them. So now what you do is you help them get free value. They get a micro result. They're excited. But a large percent of them are going to want you to do it for them. So now you're leveraging that community without paying for any ads, any promo. You simply went in a place where people are already serious, because in these communities where people pay, what are people typically serious? They're about that Airbnb program because they want Airbnb. Oh, I need money to get this Airbnb. They brought that salon suite program because they want to get that salon suite. Oh, I need money to get that salon suite. So the pain point, the sense of urgency is a lot more. So I got one student, he's done over $500,000 just being in 2 communities. He's in a real estate community and a salon suite community. And then I got another person of mine. He's in another credit repair community who's making an extra $10,000 to $15,000 every month. Every month. All right? Communities is the play, y'all. So what you're going to do is you're going to do outreach. I got a strategy I'm going to give y'all, right? So those of y'all who are at these events, anybody coming to InvestFest? Anybody coming to InvestFest, or any of you go to like entrepreneur events where other entrepreneurs are? Okay, good. I see some me's. I see some yeses. All right. So when we go to these events, we have to be intentional. Right? So what we're going to do, what do you do? People just ask what do. They take IGs, but that's it. But what I want you to start doing is I want you to say off rip, when you meet that person, hey, how you doing? Oh, love what you're doing. You're doing, this community. That's super dope. Well, my name is such and such. And what I do is I help people do this for you all. I help people get access to funding. Every time you go out and you tell people you help provide funding, you're going to be the favorite. There's no event that I speak at that I'm not the favorite. Afterwards, everyone follows me. Everyone talks to me. Why? Because the biggest pain point is funding. Not because I'm cool, not because I'm super creative. It's simply because of the demand. With that being said, you're going to say, I would love to come to a free call in your community to give your clients and your students some value. What you think they're going to say? They're going to say yes. All right. What you do is you say, okay, great. This is how it's going to go. I'm going to give them free game for about 45 minutes to an hour. And then what I'll do at the end, if you don't mind, is I will let people know we have a done for you service where we can just do it for them. And the reason I think this would be good for you is because now the people in your community, they can get the access to the capital, which is going to help them get the result that you're looking to help them get. How does that sound? Y'all think they're going to say no? Every time so now all it takes for you to get one community to get 6 figures, but now you go to these events and you're very intentional about these things. Guess what? You are going to land you some community partnerships, y'all, which changes the game because now I don't have to spend money to make money, which means I'm keeping more profits. All right. Y'all screenshot this. I'm giving y'all an example. Y'all got 10 seconds. I'm giving you the example. Y'all getting them phones out. Hey, all right, this is a partnership sample. You can use this through DM strategy, right? Hey, how are you? I see you're crushing it with whatever they do. Love to see it. My name is Darius Bennett. I help small business owners access capital to start and scale their business. Wanted to know if you were interested in hop on a call and talking about a partnership where you can make an extra $30,000 to $100,000 without doing any work. Who was turning that DM down? Nobody. No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say everyone's gonna open it. You'll probably get about a 20 to 30% response rate. So if you send it out to 10 people, 2 to 3 will respond, but that's great because then it's just a numbers game. That means every 20 people I talk to, 4 to 6 people I get on the phone with. All I need is to close a couple partners and now I'm rolling. I got the ball rolling without having to do anything. All right. This is the power in understanding this. All right. Everyone in the chat, I want you to put relationships, y'all. All right. When we talk about relationships, we already talked about building. All right. We already talked about building relationships for us for funding, but how about relationships to be able to get our clients more money? All right. Anyone heard of a relationship manager? Anyone heard of a relationship banking manager? Okay, cool. All right. I see some yeses. Relationships. Okay, good. With a banking relationship manager, I see some no's too. All right, I got you. A banking relationship manager is a person who actually works at the branch, right? And what they do is I want you to think of they are your right-hand man or lady's right-hand woman for handling your customers. All right. So they're going to be the ones that get you the value that you need to be able to relate to your customers. They're going to get you the data points, we call it in funding. Data points. What do they need? What does the profile need to look like? What deposits do they need to make? How often do they need to speak to them? What is that criteria in terms of their age of their business, right? All of these things, when you have this relationship manager, this helps. Now, let me be clear. I want everybody to listen up. You do not need a relationship manager. I've made multiple 6 figures in funding as a service without relationship managers, right? But I'm not a person who lets what I do know stop me from what we don't know, all right? So with that being said, understanding how to maximize, right, and get opportunity to get close to a banking relationship manager, this is going to help you, all right? So these are 4 things that you all can do when you meet these relationships, all right? You got to let them know you work with people to help them grow their business, and a lot of them are looking for capital. The reason they like that, do we know how banking relationship managers get paid? Anyone know? Anyone know how they grow within their banks or their branch? Y'all, the more people, right? The more people, listen up, the more people that they get funded and credit cards that they get pushed through, lines of credit they get pushed through, term loans they get pushed through, the more they grow within their company. So what you're doing is you are the person who puts them in position to grow faster. So they need you or they want you. Why? Guess what? What did I just tell you earlier? 7.5 out of 10 people that walk through that branch have bad credit and will get denied. So for you being the one who sends them qualified lead, how much value do they think they see you as? They see you as a very valuable person to them because you add value and help them push things through, all right? So second thing you want to ask these questions. Hey, do you work close with underwriting? Why is this important? Because everyone who works in the bank ain't the plug, all right? Everyone who works in the bank is not the plug. So we want to go to the people who have some pull, some people who can actually help us, All right. Now, next thing we want to know is you want to know if you send them clients, are they able to push applications through manual? What that means is most people, they get what they get. When you got a relationship banker, you're able to request your limits a lot of times, right? So typically what will happen is when you go through, put your client through a relationship manager, you connect them with the relationship manager. Relationship manager might hop on a Zoom or do a quick phone call to verify that the client is who they say they are. Then they'll have them send a DocuSign. On that DocuSign, sometimes we can request our limit. This is how you see people getting those $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 limits. All right. So this is a very, very important question. If they're just putting them through the automated system, then that might defeat the purpose. Now, it might still be valuable because what? Because they can still, give you your clients some advice to make sure that they're set up foundationally right. But overall, we want to see what's up with the manual. Are we clear on that? Is this making sense so far? Basically, it's having to connect. If y'all ever went out, it's having to connect. Like I used to throw parties, right? So when people knew me and they were close to me, they would always hit me like, D, can I skip the line, right? D, can I get in front, all right? D, can I get the VIP discounted, right? It's the same thing, but for your clients in banking. It's you having access to the plug, all right? The last thing we want to add, not the last thing, but the four I'm going to give you right here is, are they able to push clients all over the country or just in that state? Super important. Why? If it's just in that state, it's not that it's bad, but we have to know our limitations, because when you get a client, their mindset is gonna be, oh, I'm thinking you know all of them. No, you got to set the standard up front. Be transparent. Okay, what state are you in? All right, cool. Let's say your relationship manager's name is Bob. Hey, Bob, I got 6 clients right now that are in the state of Georgia. Their profiles are all in order. Can I set you up on a DocuSign? On a meeting with them to help them get pushed through with the applications? Versus if you send them 20 profiles or 20 people, but only 8 of them are in that state, guess what? Now you wasted their time. One thing about these relationship managers, they are cool. Some of them are cool, but they don't want their time wasted, just like you don't want your time wasted. Are we clear on that? So we want to ask, are you able to push clients US-wise all over the country, or is it particularly in that state? All right. If it's nationwide, even better, because now we get wherever. If I got a client in Boston, in New York, I can send them to my relationship manager, and now this helps me to be able to grow faster. All right. Next thing we get into, y'all, I think we good. Y'all good? Somebody put good if you want good. Put more if you want more. I don't want to talk y'all head off. Y'all let me know. Are we good? We want more? What's going on? How we feeling in the chat? Heat check, heat check, heat check. Still there. I'm just making sure y'all awake. I'm just making sure brunch ain't catch up to you. Yeah, some of y'all slick. You thought I didn't know. Between church and here, you went to brunch. You thought you was slick. Yeah, I see you over there. Yeah, I see you over there. You ain't low. My mom used to say, you ain't low. I caught you. All right. Next thing we're going to talk about. All right, another stream of revenue within this funding game. Some of y'all say, yep, and 2 mimosas. Y'all terrible. Hey, I'm actually happy, though. I'd rather you get on the call off the mimosa than not be on the call. So I'll take it as better than nothing, right? All right, when we talk about making more money and more opportunity and what I call a win-win, everyone put win-win in the chat. Win-win in the chat. The reason I call it a win-win, y'all, is because a win-win situation is when you win and your client wins. So here's the reality. The reason I love the funding business is because we only create win-win situations. I don't get paid if I don't provide a service. I can't get paid. Well, some people can, but I don't get paid before funding, right? We don't get paid on anything that a client doesn't get more value on. So what is a shelf corp? A shelf corp, right? A shelf corp is a entity, right? A entity that comes with age, that starts with age. Now, typically, these are aged businesses that have been open from anywhere from 2 to 20 years, meaning they've already been around, all right? What these do is they allow your client to get bigger funding faster. What did I tell y'all the key to this life is? It's not about more money, it's about more money faster. What people pay for is speed. All through day. That's why people go to fast food spots. That's why people work with people who aren't even as good as other people, but who deliver service faster. People want speed. So what a shelf corp does is the framing is faster. It's the fast pass. Some people, they're gonna come to you. They're gonna say, hey, I'm looking for 100,000. I'm looking for 150,000 or 200,000 or 300,000 or 500,000 in funding. Okay, cool. Well, you have a new business. So if you're looking for that much, then guess what? We might need to get you a shelf corp. Well, what is a shelf corp? A shelf corp is an AIDS business that allows you, all right, to get access to more money faster. All right. This fast tracks the funding process through and throughout. And this helps them to be eligible for more products. So I talked about 0% interest credit cards, right? One thing we didn't get too much into was lines of credit. But essentially, most lenders, they require 2 years in business before being able to qualify for lines of credit. What's the difference between a credit card and a line of credit, Darius? A credit card is a revolving credit card that you pay down, right, on, and a lot of times they have 0% introductory periods, versus a line of credit is essentially cash. All right, so if you get approved for a line of credit, what happens is they approve it, it's an account that says line of credit, you pull or draw from that line of credit into your business checking account or personal checking account, depending on what side it is, and now you are able to utilize that money as liquid cash. So with a credit card, I might have to liquidate, all right? A line of credit, I don't have to liquidate because it comes into my account as cash. Are we clear on that? Now, pros and cons, both of them are very good. Lines of credit don't have 0% APR. But credit cards, I gotta liquidate. So it depends on what I need it for. Both good products. So Shelf Corps, they typically want 2 years or more to qualify for a line of credit. All right. Now, Darius, how does this help me make more money? Y'all, do y'all know that people charge $5,000 for these Chef Corps? So not only did we learn how to, okay, at the bottom of the totem pole, we could get $500 to $1,000 for credit repair. Then we add a trade line. We might get $300 to $1,000 on a trade line. Let's say on average we have $1,500. A person comes to me. If I just get them funding, cool. Now that took us between $8,000 and $13,000. If I only got them $50,000, right? But listen, if I add the Shelf Corp in there and I only charge $2,500, we don't even got to go to the top 5K. We can just meet them in the middle. $2K, $2,500, $3K. Now I'm adding an extra high ticket offer into my ultimate offer, y'all. It's just called a ladder of ascension. Somebody put ladder in the chat. When I say make more offers, I don't mean random offers. I mean you make more offers in a sequence that adds more value to your customer. So if a person wants more money faster, what must they do? Well, okay, we sell them on the opportunity to get a Shelf Corp. Now, when you are, I know people's wondering, well, where do I get the Shelf Corp? The Age Corps, right? How do I get them? Well, listen, you got to make sure you're getting them from the right source, all right? For those of y'all that, do decide that you want to continue moving forward, within our program, you guys are going to be able to partner with a company we partner with to be able to get Age Corps for a very, very good price so that you can resell them to your clients for a super low price. And of course, you can use them for yourself. It's a trusted source. But for those of y'all who's like, well, D, what do I need to look for just in general? You want to make sure that it's in good standing, all right? You want to make sure it is in good standing, right? That's going to be the main thing. A lot of people out here, you got to be careful with. They're selling Shelf Corps that aren't good. I want you to make sure that you are buying a good product so you don't get finessed or scammed. All right. Are we clear on Shelf Corps? How many of us see the value in it and how it can help us or our clients? How many of us can see it helping us make a lot of money? Good. Let me see. I brought one. Good. If you brought one and it worked out for you, somebody let me know what are the results from it if you've ever had one. I'm telling you, this is the difference between a lot of products, a lot of money, a lot of different things, all right? Y'all, what was y'all biggest takeaway? What was y'all biggest takeaway from today? I know it was a lot. We went over the funding business. We went over the marketing it. We went over partnerships. We went over communities. We went over adding different streams of revenue within it, building an ecosystem, Shelf Corps, right? What was the biggest thing that you got from this? How many of you know, all right? How many of you know that you need to be adding this as a service or starting this as a business, right? How many of y'all are like, nah, there's no, when I learned this, I was like, all right, there's no way I can't not add this to what I'm doing. All right. Good. Listen, how many of us feel like we are ready to get to that next level? If that's you, just put me in the chat. You feel like all this information is great, but if you like me, y'all, I don't know about y'all. I'm just like, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm ready to rock. I don't need 50,000 classes to tell me I'm ready to get to that next level. All right. If that is you, right? If that is you, what I'm about to do is I'm about to present the opportunity. Now, the team just told me, all right, 178 of you all did fill out your applications. So what I want to do is I want to congratulate you, right? To the about 15% who didn't, all right? For those of y'all who did, I want to ask you, is it okay if I just break down the opportunity here on this call? All right. Or if not, that's cool. Just let me know. We'll go into another room. But if that's okay, just put yes. And what I'll do is I'll just present the opportunity. All right, good. I figured y'all wouldn't make it care too much, but I wanted to ask y'all for permission. All right. With that being said, y'all, right? How many of y'all feel like you don't want the learning to end? You don't want this environment to end. All right. You don't want the guidance to end. You don't want the gems to end, right? You want to build something that's real, something that's tangible, something that can start to net you money, but more importantly, freedom. All right. If that's you, you are in the right room. All right. Does anyone know what these two people have in common? Anybody know what these two have in common? Anybody? Anybody. Yo, when I found this out a couple years ago, not found it out, but when I like realized it, it blew my mind. Somebody said they're the GOATs, basketball, all right, two guards, all right, greatness, all right. They do have all those things in common. They miss more shots than they made. Hi, that's a good one. I see you was locked in. They have those all in trait. But y'all want to know what's crazy to me? What these two have in common is this guy right here. Does anyone know who this is? Anyone know who this is? Yes, they have standards as well. This guy right here is Phil Jackson. See, if you don't know Phil Jackson is arguably the greatest coach of all time. I think he has the second most championships in NBA history. All right. Phil Jackson, at one point, you feel like he could not miss. So when I started to look at success, they say success leaves clues. And when I look at Phil Jackson having the opportunity to coach both of them, what I realize is Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant both would have been great players without Phil Jackson. Is it fair to say? I'm not here to tell you Phil Jackson's the reason they're great. But here's what I learned. I learned that in life. I played Division I football. And we had this dude on our team. He ended up playing for the Dolphins. He ran like a 4.34, super athletic, right? But what I realized is, in watching him in the way coach had to pour into him every single day to keep him disciplined, to keep him from going out at night, always trying to party, to keep him from being the first one in the gym and the last to leave, to walking him through his pro day and talking to NFL coaches on his behalf. I realized that no matter how good a person, a player, or a student, or a business owner is, everyone who's great has had a great coach. Why? Well, what you realize is people go to the gym, right? There's all different types of people who go to the gym. You got the person who goes to the gym and they sign up for the gym. And then you got out of those people, the people who go to the gym, they sign up and they never go, right? We know that person. But then you got the person who goes to the gym, they sign up for the gym, they use the gym, and they start to get some results. We know that person too, fair to say. But you know who typically is the most successful person during around that new year, new me time? Is the person who goes to the gym, signs up for the gym, goes to the gym, but he also gets the personal trainer. Why? Because what that person gets is they get an accountability system. Y'all know what system stands for? System stands for saving you some time, energy, and money. So no matter how new a person is, no matter how experienced a person is, no matter how great a person is, every great person had a guidance to where they were looking to get to. You know what's crazy? If anyone knows basketball, Phil Jackson had something called the triangle offense. That was his system. And what the system did was it centered the offense around a certain criteria that they needed to win, which is why no matter where Phil Jackson went, he had championships. There has never been a team that Phil Jackson has coached where he hasn't had championships. What does that tell y'all? Somebody let me know in the chat. What does that tell you? Michael Jordan is great. Kobe Bryant is great. But this guy, wherever he's went, he's always won a championship, no matter who he had. Y'all, see, Michael and Jordan and Kobe, they were going to be great. But the real thing isn't even Phil. It's his system. I'm telling you all this because a lot of you have the gifts. You have the talent. You have the mindset. You have everything that God already gave you in order to be great. But you know the last thing you need? Somebody let me know, what is the last thing you need to get to where you're looking to get to faster? The same thing all the greats have had, the same thing Steph Curry had, the same thing Tom Brady had, the same thing Denzel Washington had, the same thing everyone who's been successful. I've never met a person who has made millions of dollars who hasn't had a coach. I'm just being transparent. I've never met one. Doesn't mean that don't exist, but it means that the odds go up. Women lie, men lie, numbers don't. So my question to you all is, can I be your Phil Jackson? Can I be your Phil Jackson? See, what I'm looking to do is I have the system already. I got what I call my triangle offense. I already got the system. I got the system that's helped 178 people make six figures. I got the system that's made 8 people in the last year make 7 figures. See, I have a system that's actually helped, and we didn't even talk about this week, 13 people have $100,000 days. But I'm looking for people that I can instill that system in that are going to do the work because, like I said, systems are going to save you time, energy, and money. And all mentor means is faster. So with that being said, all right, for those of you who are saying, yes, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull up the opportunity. I'm going to break down the opportunity, all right, where you guys are going to be able to put down your commitment deposit, get on the phone with the team, All right. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna lock in for the next 3 months and implement this system. So when you leave me, you like Michael Jordan, you like Kobe Bryant. You got your rings, 5 rings, 6 rings, 7 rings. For some of y'all going to win multiple championships. All right. So I'm going to break this thing down, opportunity down for y'all right now. And we're going to get into it. All right. Listen, I want to welcome you all in advance. I see some of y'all already locked in. Shout out to Telly. I don't even know how you locked it already, right? But the Get the Bag, Flip the Bag mentorship. All right. This is the #1 mentorship in the world, I like to say, not just based on my words, but based on our success. It's bigger than me. It's not about me. It's about the people that we've helped. We've helped some of the biggest online brands you see now become big. Why? Through the system that you guys are going to learn. All right. So over 30 million in clients funded, over 10 million in students getting access to funding, over 40 million in total. All right. Over $7 million in revenue online. But what you guys are getting today is something I've never done. It's actually, I talked to the team about it. You guys are actually going to get both of my programs, right? Which is valued way over $15,000. All right. I'll talk about the reason I'm doing this, right? But you guys are first going to get my funding mentorship. All right. 3-month access to our funding mentorship, a full 90 days access to a complete step-by-step process, not just information, real implementation. I don't do courses for that reason, right? Now, we have access to replays, which we'll talk about. We have course modules, but I believe in implementation being someone walking to you to where you want to get to faster. I'm going to show you how to start a 6-figure funding company so that the things we just showed you, you're going to be able to implement. You're going to be able to go out and get your first clients. You're going to be able to confidently know, how do I fund this client and put them through? All right. I'm going to teach you all how to sell low and high ticket offers, right? Remember what I talked about, that ascension? All right. Having an opportunity for people to shop with you at different places. I'm going to give you all that. I'm going to give you all the blueprint to access to how to get $100,000 to $250,000 in funding for yourself and for others. All right. Now, we do bi-weekly coaching calls. All right. So we'll be meeting, essentially, y'all going to be in both my programs. So y'all really be meeting with me every single week over these 3 months. All right. So y'all getting a free extra call every single week. Now, one of the biggest things I tell people is I understand that some people need one-on-one support. I understand that everyone isn't just a person who can get on and just run the play. So what we've done is, over the last year, we found this has been the biggest driver of results, is we have added one-on-one coaching in our program. So you all, up to twice a month, are going to be able to get one-on-one real direction from people who are doing these things in real time. All right. We have our exclusive community. Rush talked about the value of the community, but I want y'all to understand, environment is the most important thing. He's built relationships in the community that have made him multiple 6 figures. Why? Because you're in an environment with other individuals who are just as hungry, all right, who have invested in themselves and who are looking to get the result just as aggressively as you are. You're going to meet people of all different walks of life who are at different paces, but you're always going to get value. All right. Access to replays. You guys get every replay that we do, right? I make sure that we have the replays up within 12 hours after a class. So if you ever miss a class, then you all are going to be able to get access to that, of course. All right. Now, I teach you all sales. Why? Selling and serving at the highest level. I know some people are scared to sell. Selling money is easy, but I'm going to show you how to do that anyway. All right. So we have bi-weekly calls on those as well with one of our top closers. His name's Issachar. He'll be walking you through that. Now, a lot of us were afraid of content. I understand that. All right. So what I'm going to do is, all right, I'm going to give you all my viral funding content blueprint. All of the pieces of content that I've utilized to go viral, to grow, to get a lot of people engaged, to get a lot of clients. I'm going to give you all those exact scripts. All right. The exact legal documents needed. People have been asking, well, how do I get paid? I'm giving you my contract, right? I'm giving you my intake form. So when you onboard a client, they know exactly what they need to get you in order for you to start the funding process. All right. I'm giving you my partnership agreement. So anytime you deal with a partner, you have your legal binding doc that states exactly how you're to be paid and when you're to be paid. Y'all, one of the biggest cheat codes I want to give you is my 7-figure DM scripts. So this is how we land most of our partnerships and most of our clients, right? So I got a strategy that we use. It's called a 50 offers a day strategy. Doesn't have to be the number 50. That's just what we call it. And with this strategy, you are going to be landing partnerships and deals like you don't got no business. It's going to be crazy, all right? Partnership scripts, affiliate scripts, and then the biggest thing that you guys are going to get, y'all just seen how it works, Darius AI funding bot. Literally, you can upload a credit report there, and it will literally tell you what they need to do to fix it or get in position faster for funding, or if they're ready, what exact banks that they can go to. Like, it's crazy. That alone is worth the value of the whole program. All right. So You guys are getting that program. What I also threw in as a super bonus, all right, as a super bonus for the first 15 of the 27 of you all who will be spending time with me, I'm also giving you my digital product mastermind. Now, we're going to talk about digital products tomorrow, but anybody here, you know that you're good at something, you want to start teaching something, selling something, you want to be able to package up digital products and services, ebooks, courses, mentorship, things of that nature. I'm giving you the whole system. I promise you. Some of you have been on here. Renisha, you know, we typically sell this program for over $10,000, right? Right, but I'm in a place now where this year I need to create more millionaires. All right, so you guys are gonna have this small limited opportunity to learn my 7-figure webinar framework, learn how to create your digital products and services, and then you're also gonna get my AI digital bot. All right, where we have marketing templates, custom templates, all of the things that you need to be successful. Y'all, there is nothing in this program. There is no leaps and holes that you will have confusion as long as you show up willing to do the work. This is not for you if you're not a person who's gonna dedicate themselves to walking through the process. All right. It's saying a get rich quick scheme. I don't sell those. Right. But what I do know is if you do the work, you will win. All right. Are we clear about this so far? How many of us are excited? Now, fast action bonuses. What I'm doing is for the first 3 of you all that pay in full. All right. You get to pick first come, first serve. I don't do any bias. Literally the first payments you get through. All right. Option 1 is you get an iPad. Option 2 is you get to be a guest on my podcast. All right, we have over 11,500 subs on our YouTube. You're going to get to be a guest where you already know anything. I'm really good at edifying you and asking you questions. From that podcast, you're also going to get clips that you can take for your short form social medias. And then option 3 is you guys are going to have a one-on-one fast track virtual call with me on Monday. All right, this upcoming week or whenever you want to use it. All right. Now, for the first 5 of you all that do it paying full, not only that, but next month we're doing an in-person event on the 15th. You all are going to be doing a private dinner with me here in Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to be doing a private dinner after our event that night. We're going to be going out, and then everyone else is obviously going to be at the event. So even if you're not the first 5, you're still going to be at the event. All right? So are we clear so far? So the way it's going to work is, like I told you yesterday, I'm not hitting y'all over the head. What I am telling you is this: if I was you, I would take advantage of this opportunity because this opportunity is literally the opportunity of a lifetime. It's not going to be 15,000. It's not going to be even 10,000. Y'all, both of my programs combined are over $15,000, right? You guys are getting both for only, all right, $4,997 if you do pay in full, right? Or if you want to do a payment plan, then it will be $5,997. With that being said, your only commitment today, all right, is your deposit. What you're going to do is, and team, let's drop the link for those who are ready to go in and lock in their spot. All right, the team just dropped the link. All right, once y'all secure your deposit, here's what's going to happen. The next page, you're going to book a call with the team. All right, book your call immediately if you want to be one of the first or whenever you get the time. But I would encourage you to book it sooner than later so you can lock in. What I'm telling you is when you book that call, make sure you show up for our team so our team can best serve you, get you secured. Let me be clear. Listen, all right? There is no refund on a deposit, but I will never take your money and not give you anything in return. When you put down your $500 deposit, you get access to my $2,000 course. My course, respectfully, is better than a lot of people's mentorships, right? So I don't want you thinking, oh, if I put down the thing, I don't get anything. No, this ain't that and that isn't this, right? When you put down your deposit, you are going to get access to a course that is yours, all right? Then you're going to get on the phone with the team and they're going to make sure that you get in the mentorship. We have pay in full. We have financing. So some of you on here, if you got over a 600 credit score, there's an opportunity for you to get financed. We work with over 6 lenders, over 6 lenders that are willing to front you, right? It's not guaranteed, but you have an opportunity to get fronted, all right, on the mentorship, and you pay them back. Some of them without even interest, over 12 to 18 months, all right? So we have financing, and then the last thing we have is in-house payment plan options, and the team will discuss the different payment plan options for you on the phone. All right. Once y'all are in, say I'm in. Someone said, were there any links dropped just now? I can't see the previous chat line. Yes, the family just dropped the link. All right. Over 740, you definitely gonna get financed. You definitely should get financed. All right. All right. Good. Congratulations, Stephen. He not playing. Where's the link of full payment? So Zipporah, the way it works is you're gonna put down your deposit and then you're gonna do a full payment. Or actually, what I'm gonna have the team do is to those who are requesting the full amount, what I want you to do is send them in a private message the full amount so they can just get taken care of. All right. For those of y'all that need to lock in, get in your deposit. What I want to do is I want to make sure I clear up any questions that y'all have about anything about the program, the time of the program, right? What is the full amount? The full amount is 4997. All right. If you're unsure or you need to talk to someone, perfectly fine. Make sure you put down your deposit. You get on the phone with the team so that we can help you be next. I want to help you be the next Kobe Bryant. I want to help you be the next Michael Jordan. I want to help you be the next. The program is 3 months. All right. Does anyone need me to walk through the opportunity again? If so, no problem. I can do that. I want to make sure we all get clarity on what we are and aren't getting. All right. Anyone need me to walk through it again? Just let me know. Okay, perfect. I got you. I got you. Congratulations. I see 4 people already locked in these spots. So I'm going to call some of y'all out while I walk through this. All right. So what you all get, all right? So here's our funding mentorship where you guys get 3-month access to the whole program. Inside this program, what I'm going to do, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to start a 6-figure funding company, right? Everything from baking sequences to building relationships to setting up your automations to setting up your Calendly to setting up your back end to setting up your what's it called? Your contracts, your scripts, all of that, the ins and the outs, all right? Does the portal provide lifetime access? So what I'm going to do is, yes, those of you all who lock in, you guys get access to the portal for a lifetime. Yes. All right. Someone said, can it not be longer than 3 months? Yes. So when you all get on with the phone, when you all get on the phone with the sales team, if you all do want to rock out for a 6 month, they also have a 6-month opportunity for you as well. Absolutely. My thing is, I need y'all to know it's not going to take you that long to make money, right? The reason I stopped making programs a year and stuff, because I realized what I was doing was people a disservice sometimes, because people would think, oh, I get to chill. No, I want y'all coming in making money quick. Like, I want y'all coming in making money immediately, right? The sooner you get to your dream life, the longer you get to enjoy it. Most of us, we're taking our time and we're operating like tomorrow's guaranteed, but tomorrow is not guaranteed. All right. Once the deposit is paid, do we get full access? Once the deposit is paid, you're going to get access to the course, right? But once the deposit is paid, you're going to get on the phone with the team member and they're going to walk you through the rest of the process. All right. What's the average time does someone get funded, whether they have good credit or bad credit? We have transparently, we've had people that get into the program before we even get into our onboarding call. They've already got themselves funded, right? Like Alex, he got funded within the first week, all right? He was already in position. We've had people who have decent credit. Like, if you're a person, you just got utilization issues, I'm going to give you all some plays to pay that down. And in 30 days, you should be good for funding. But if you're someone who has bad credit, what's going to happen is you're going to be cleaning up. But while you're cleaning up, the reason you need to be in this environment is because I'm going to show you how to build the foundation. So it's not, oh, I'm clean now, what's next? You're already going to be ready. And then once you're in position, we can go get funding. That could be 2 months. It could be 4 months. It could be 6 months, right? But regardless, you're going to get the infrastructure that you need to get the result. All right. Great question. How soon does onboarding call happen? Our onboarding call will be this Monday. So this Monday we'll have our first onboarding call, either Monday or Wednesday. I'll probably do a Monday because I know y'all want to get set up ASAP. But the closers will give you all the details on how to get access to your course once you put down your deposit, how to get. You're gonna sign obviously the agreement, make sure everything is on point, and then you'll be good. I need to bring down my utilization. That's exactly why you should be in the program, right? Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you how to get your utilization down, all right, so that you can be able to get in position for the business funding, lines of credit, credit cards, all the things that you're looking to get access to. All right, great question. Team just told me 9 people so far are locked in. Congratulations. I want to congratulate y'all. After the $500 deposits, is there a payment plan to complete the payment? Yes, there is. So we have in-house payment plans, y'all. So what you all can do, once you put down your deposit, you get on the phone with the team. They're going to see if we can finance you. If we can't walk you through all of our lenders and get you financed, then we can set you up on an in-house payment plans. All right. They're going to walk you through how the payment plans works, when it's due. Typically it's every 30 days. Your next payment will be in order. That's typically how it works. All right. But I promise you, they're going to do everything they need on their end to be able to get you in. All right. Can you become a client without the course? What do you mean by that? Just give me some clarity. All right. So yeah, what you guys get in the program, the full blueprints, everything you need from scripts to information to implementation, one-on-one coaching. All right. I'm also getting you guys right on the digital side. Some of y'all, you're here because you're like, hey, I want to also get busy with the digital products and services. I'm giving y'all that as well. You get full access to my bots. All right. My bot is going to be able to help you to have access to me 24/7. I want you to think, us generating over $7 million online in the past 4 years, you having access to that 24/7, that alone, we're about to create a monthly reoccurring subscription for my AI where people are going to pay $1,500 a month. So you guys, when you guys get into the program, you guys have access to that bot for a lifetime. All right. So imagine whether it's the digital side, the funding side, you having someone that you can confide in. So you can confide is the root of confidence, right? You need that confidence to be able to get you where you're looking to get to. Like, imagine you pull up a credit profile. What do I need to do? Where are they eligible for? Imagine you struggling with the content. You struggling with your marketing. You struggling with your sales campaign. Everything that you need. All right, that bot can help you with within the business. Can I sign up tonight with the same link? As long as those spots are still there, then you will be able to. I see Leanna, congratulations, Leanna. Leslie Cobb, congratulations. Dave Pruitt, congratulations. Kashante Grant, congratulations. Michael Roberto, congratulations. L Mercedes, congratulations. Alondra Sequel, I think I said that right. Congratulations. All right. So as long as that is there, you can. But I want to make sure I get all y'all questions in clarity about what you get inside the program to make sure we're clear. I need help with utilization. I would like to be an affiliate. Yep. Once you all in the program, you guys also get affiliate opportunities. All right. So I know how it goes. One thing we'll be able to do is we walk you through your first client. We walk you through the affiliation. We walk you through setting up everything so that we can get you that result fast. I want y'all to think of something. Some of you here, you're worried about a cost, right? But I want you to think of this. The program is $5,000. If you bring a client and we help you walk you through your first client and only minimum get them $50,000, that is your money back. When you think of investing in yourself, I don't want you, when you go out think of this, I don't want you thinking about the cost, because the reality is, one, it costs you way more not to have access to this information. It costs you way more not to understand funding. Everyone wants to get better at finances, but no one wants to learn financial literacy. Mastering this skill is the number one thing you can do. Number one, to set yourself up to be in a better position, make more money faster, right? How much is it costing you, or has it cost you to not know this information? I want you to think of that. How much has it cost you to be in the same position year after year after year? I want you to imagine that. So when you think about when I give you that example earlier, think about value first. Think about value for one client pays for the course. That's what I told you. It would, and I'm not even doing that fake skit. It will never be this cheap again. It will never be this cheap again, right? So take advantage of the opportunity, because the opportunity you don't take is the opportunity you can't make, right? One client can double your revenue, all right? Absolutely. Some of you all, I want you to think about a year from now. A year from now, you have clients. A year from now, you're consistently generating revenue. A year from now, you're getting that real estate property that you wanted, all because you bet on yourself. I tell people the most expensive thing in life, the most expensive thing in life. Does anyone know what the most expensive thing in life is? Anybody? Anybody? You want to take a guess? What is the most expensive bill or thing we have in life? Having bad credit, time, regret, wasting time. All of those things are very expensive. All of them. The most expensive thing in life is ignorance tax. It's called ignorance tax. See, what you do not know is literally costing you hundreds of thousands. For some of you, millions of dollars, y'all. If you made $50,000 last year, if you made we'll use $100,000 last year. If you made $100,000 last year, a lot of you told me your goal was 7 figures. Hear me out. If your goal is $1 million and you made $100,000, do you know that ignorance tax cost you $900,000 last year? That's how much it costs you to not to be able to fill in the gap. That's how much it costs you to not to be able to put the pieces to the puzzle. See, most people think, well, I'm okay if I don't move forward. No, you're not, because it's costing you, your family, your friends, your loved ones around you who need you to get the information so you can pour back into them. It's costing you. It cost me 6 years of trying to figure it out, to watch my mother have to keep paying bills. It cost me to not be able to help my sister go through school. All these things were costing me because I was being selfish. What we don't realize is, information and breaking generational curses and getting your gifts. I told you earlier, it's not for you, it's for them. It's not for you, it's for the people that we say we love. We have to think about it instead of thinking, oh, the cost, the investment, the spend. I want you to think of the return. The return is infinite. That skill that Russ got, he will never be broke again. Unless he does something crazy. He will never be broke again because the skill he paid me was 6 months ago. Yeah, I remember the first time I invested in mentorship. It was one of my guys, Runway Billionaire. If y'all know him, that's my brother. I just seen him. We spoke at an event earlier before this. And I remember being on a call just like this. It was a webinar, not a 3-day. And I remember I was new to this. And he said at the program, at the end, the price to lock in is $10,000. I'm like, man, I'm from around the way. You ain't about to get me. I'm like some of y'all. I'm like, you're not about to get me. I'm like, these people really paying. So I started following the people who paid because I was new to this. I was new. So I started following the people who were joining the program. I started watching one of the dudes. He was teaching like carrier business. I started watching one of the girls. She was teaching real estate building development. So I started watching him. First month, the dude, he had did like 5,000. He posted his screenshots on his page. I'm like, okay, 5. The girl, she had posted like 2,300 first month. Then I'm watching the next month, the dude post 16,000. The girl, she had posted, she made $9,600. Then I watched the third month. This dude that posted, he made $42,000 in 1 month. Then I watched the girl, she had posted, she had made 21,000 and some change, yo. So I go back to the guy immediately. I go back to his DMs. I say, hey, bro, are there still spots available for that mentorship? This is 3 months later. You know what he told me? He said, yes, there are. But he said, yesterday's price is not today's price. He told me the program that was $10,000 was now $15,000. Why am I telling you this? I'm asking you now, how much did it cost me to sit on the sideline and watch those people? How much did it cost me? How much do y'all believe it cost me to watch? To watch other people live out their dreams. Somebody said 5K. Here's the reality. Here's the reality. It didn't cost me 5K, right? It cost me way more than 5K. Let's do this. He had made $60,000 over the 3 months. She had made over $40,000 over the 3 months. They were in the same room and environment I would have been in. It cost me over 6 figures for not locking in when I was supposed to lock in, because I was doing what a lot of us are doing. I was choosing fear over faith. I was choosing what could go wrong instead of what could go right. I was thinking, what if it doesn't work instead of when it will work? See, sometimes the reason we can't get to where we want to get to is something called belief. We lack belief, because in the middle of that word belief is L-I-E, is lie. We lie to ourselves. We trick ourselves out of our spot. I'm telling you, every time we get to this opportunity as entrepreneurs, it's called a crossroad. We have a decision. And the decision is, do I move forward with what I know is in my heart, what I know when I say I want my life to look different today than yesterday, or you have a decision to go back to that comfort zone. More importantly, hear this, more important than that $5,000, $60,000 that it cost me, right? What it cost me was time that I can never get back. Do y'all know the most unlimited resource that we have in this life is time? Anybody ever heard the saying, time is money? Anyone ever heard that saying, time is money? Put me in the chat if you heard that saying before. Me in the chat. By the way, the team just said 14 people locked in. Congratulations. All right, 14 people locked in. Congratulations. All right. Time is money. We've all heard that, right? Here's what I tell y'all from a place of love. Time is money is one of the dumbest quotes ever. And here's why. Hear me out. Time cannot be money because time is the only unlimited resource we have in life. I can never get back more time. When my grandpa passed away 3 years ago, I realized this. Damn, I was prioritizing money so much that I didn't check on him a whole lot. I can never go back to getting that time back. I've lost money. I've made money. I've lost more money. Why? I can always make back more money. You all can always get back more money. But one thing you never get back is time. And the reason I'm telling you this is because some of you, you're treating today like it's just another day when today is the start. See, here's the thing. You have to treat every day like it's the only day if you want your life to move fast. Like some of us were operating like tomorrow's promise, like tomorrow's guarantee. You were naive to believe that tomorrow you're guaranteed today. There are people who every single day we're not guaranteed this opportunity in life. You got kids who's counting on you. You got loved ones who's counting on you. Some of you got significant others who's counting on you. You got to make it make sense. We say we love our people, but show us, don't tell us. Yo, it's easier for me to show my people I love them now that I can what? I can actually do the things that I say I want to do because I made the decision to become the first in my family to run a 7-figure business. Because I was selfish enough, because you have to be selfish first, pour into you so that you can go back and give to the others. You have to make a decision that's selfish. If I don't pour into me, how can I pour into someone else? See, here's what most of us are doing. Most of us, what we're doing is we're trying to pour into everybody else's cup. You're not ready for this. We're trying to pour into everyone else's cup before our cup is even poured into. That don't make no sense. And that's why everybody's struggling. But if you go out and you fill up your cup, then your cup can run it over. Then you can pour into the people. Then you can not just tell your people you love them, but you can show them you love them. I'll give you an example, right? Lavetta said, team just dropped the link for you, all right? And if anyone has any questions, what I want you to do is I want to make sure you get your questions. I don't want any of y'all to feel like, oh, I'm scared to ask a question. No, ask your question because I don't want you to get off of here and make the decision to go back to your old life when you could already see the future in your new life. Some of y'all, you're here. You've been here 2 days now. You already see what life can look like. Don't go back to that old life. No momentum. No clarity, no certainty, no direction, no environment, no coach. Don't go back to trying to figure out how do I execute this thing myself? Because here's the reality. When you try to do things yourself, what happens? 2 things. If I said I'm doing a mastermind here in Atlanta, Georgia tomorrow or next week, how many of y'all would come? A free mastermind, all y'all come. I'm going to answer all y'all questions. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to walk you through it. All of you all would come, right? But the first thing I would need to do, I would need to give you the address. If I don't give you the address, you can't put it in the GPS. If you can't put it in the GPS, you miss out on the opportunity. 2 things happen. You miss out or you get there entirely too late. In our entrepreneur lives, I see it all the time. Most people miss out on the opportunity to change their life or they never get there or they get there entirely too late. Don't be a person who has a way out, who has a reason, who has something that can get them to where they want to get to and sits on it. Someone said, when and what time will classes be? Classes are going to be Tuesdays. We have 6 p.m. foundational call. Then we have 7 p.m. mastermind. All right, 6 p.m. foundational call, 7 p.m. mastermind. We also have other calls within the program. We got sales calls. We got content calls. We got systems calls. We got everything that you all need. There's nothing that you don't get in the program that you need to be able to go out and get the results. So there are multiple calls, but the main mastermind sessions are going to be on Tuesdays. All right. Absolutely. All right. Great question. When is Atlanta? Atlanta is going to be August 15th. All right. August 15th. All right. Here in Atlanta, we're going to give you full details. This week, I have a venue for y'all, times, details, days, dress code, all of that. All right, we going up. Y'all be ready to learn how to make some money. And of course, we're going to also have some fun. All right. Good. What I want to do is I want to bring up one of my peoples, right? And I know everyone here is in different walks of life. What I want to do is I want to bring up one of my good brothers. He has crushed it. Y'all seen Alex yesterday. 40,000, 50,000 months. You seen Russ today, $30,000 months in his whole business, adding it as a service, $100,000 months. This next guy is absolutely crushing it. Another one, just a product of not just coming through the program, but the epitome of what the work looks like, right? So what I'm going to have him do is tell y'all a little bit about how he started. Some of y'all here, you working 9 to 5 and you're on the fence because you don't know if betting on you is the answer. Here's someone who came from corporate, someone who came from having a background in that and transitioning and what life's been like and the money you can make. But most importantly, he's going to tell you about the freedom. Because the reason you're here, the reason you all are locking in, it's not for money. I know that sounds cliche. It is for freedom. It is for the ability to make the choices that you want to make to change your life. That's what it took. It took for me to make choices and to me to make a decision. I want my life to change, but my life can only change if I make a decision for it to change. All right. So with all due, I'm going to bring up my brother, J Matt B. Let's see. What's going on, brother? How you feeling?
Darius, what's going on, brother? How we feeling?
Good, man. What's going on? You looking rich over there, man.
Oh, man. God is good. Your words to God's ears. Listen,
all
man.
The time.
I want to talk to the people a little bit. Can I talk to them? I want to tell my story, tell them everything just from start to beginning. Is it okay 100. If I do that? 100. Can I take you off the screen? I want to take you off the screen real quick.
Yes, sir. He kicking me off.
How we feeling? First and foremost, how was this week? Was it good or was it good? I want to know. Was it good or was it gooder? I want to know this. Drop it in the chat. And how many of you guys feel like your life will never be the same after this week based off what you learned? based off what you learned, how many of you guys feel like your life will never be the same this week? Okay, good. Listen, I want to tell you guys, my name is Jamapi Tapa. Listen, born and raised in the Bronx, single mother. We welfare stacked. We had food stamps, Section 8, right? We had multiple things, but I'm here to tell you this. I didn't let my current situation be my final destination, just like multiple people on this call. So before we even start, I want to know this, right? I want to know who committed first. Who committed? I want to know who committed. Drop a me in the chat if you committed. I want to congratulate a couple of people, D. Then I'll get into it. Can I congratulate a couple of people?
Yes,
so
sir.
Listen, Queen, Eric, congratulations. Chinky, congratulations. JC, congratulations. Miss Parker, congratulations. Keyshawn, congratulations. Right? Telly, congratulations. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys more than ever, your environment matters more than you know. So let me tell you guys my story first and foremost. Listen, worked in corporate America, right? Worked in corporate America for 10 years. Gave them everything. I'm talking almost lost my relationship because of it. My kids didn't know me because of it. See, I had 2 phones, guys. I had 2 phones. I had a work phone and a personal phone. See, I prioritized my work phone over my personal phone and my family. How many of you guys feel like right now, work is everything? See, one thing I was taught is this, right? I want to tell you guys this. One thing I was taught was this, right? You know, you live, listen, you work to live. But the problem is I was living to work. How many of you guys feel like you're living to work right now? How many of you guys, I want to know, drop a me in the chat if you feel like you're living to work. Because I heard Darius say something that was super important. He said, a lot of people say money is time. It's not the same, y'all. It's not the same. Money is not time. See, money you could get back. What I did yesterday, I cannot get back, y'all. What I did yesterday, I cannot get back. So is it okay if I show you guys how to turn your dreams into reality? Drop a yes in the chat. Is it okay if I show you guys? And I want to break down dream in acronyms. Is it okay if I break that down? So listen, dream, right? Let's think about that D. D stands for discipline, guys. D stands for discipline, right? You got to be disciplined if you want to change your life. You got to be disciplined with your time. You got to be disciplined with who you speak to. Because one thing I do know is this: whoever has your ear has your future. Whoever has your ear has your future. And I'm going to tell you guys now, when I met Darius, he wasn't speaking to the current me. He was speaking to the future me. He's speaking to the me today. And I'm going to break that down, right? D means discipline. R means routine. In order to become a millionaire, you have to have a routine. Look at me and Darius' wrist. If you look at me and Darius' wrist, guess what? We keep track of our health, right? We keep track of every single thing. There's no mistake why both of us have a whoop on, right? I want you to understand that. And then E for education. See, because the more you learn is the more you earn. The more you learn is the more you earn, y'all. So listen, I want you to understand this right here. See, your income will never exceed your personal development. Some of you think you're going to do it on your own. I'm here to tell you this. Try getting into a car, driving to a place without a GPS that you don't know about. I'm not from Atlanta, y'all, but one thing I know is this. If I got to go to the mall right now without GPS, I don't know how I'm getting there. What happens is I'm going to get on the highway. I'm going to make a couple turns. Guess what? I'm going to miss the main turn that I have to get on, and I'm going to pull over the car and kick the wheel and be frustrated. Some of you are right now in your life are frustrated. You're frustrated right now because you don't have the direction to where you need to go. This is why you're on this call. There is no mistake why God put you on this call. See, God put you on this call. Guess what? He put you on this call so you can get clarity, so you can get to that next level. There is no mistake why you came across this ad. There's no mistake why you seen him on a podcast. There's no mistake why he has omnipresence, y'all. So I want you guys to understand this, right? And I want to break this down. So we went through R, we went through E. We're going to go through A, action. None of this is possible unless you take action. See, the work only works if you work. The work only works if you work. See, I came into the mentorship a year and a half ago, guys. I was broke. Just like anybody with a 9-to-5, I had less than $1,000 in my account. I was on a 5-day mentorship, just similar to you guys. And guess what? I looked up and I looked down and I said, these people on this call is my peers. If I don't commit today, I'm letting somebody else down on this call that can help me become a millionaire. If I don't commit, guess what? I'm letting my family down that's in the room waiting on me. See, I'm going to tell you guys this. I committed on Halloween. See, I had 2 choices. I could take my kids trick-or-treating, or I could stay on this call. But I understood if I stood on this call, trick-or-treating will be in my house forever. They can have candy. They can have the ice cream. They can have all of that, right? So I committed to staying on that call. And guess what? That call changed my life. See, a year later, I was able to make $1 million. See, that's not possible unless I believed and I got into the environment. See, the beautiful thing about mentorship is this, guys. The beautiful thing is about mentorship is this. You're not committing just to the mentor. You're committing to the people that's around you. And here's the beautiful thing about mentorship. I want to break this down to y'all. Everybody has the same common goal. Would you agree? I want you to put agree in the chat if you agree. Everybody has the same common goal. See, when you're working a 9 to 5, you got some people who want to raise. You got some people who want to get promoted, right? You got some people who just trying to get out of there by the end of the day. They just trying to get through the day. They ain't getting from the day, right? There's people with multiple goals. But when you get into mentorship, here's the beautiful thing. Everybody has the same common goal. Don't you think you will be successful if you're around people who have the same common goal as you? That's talking about the same thing as you. Now you're having 6 and 7 figure conversations. Your mind starts to change. You see, you know what that's called? It's called exposure, and exposure equals expansion. You start to expand on your horizons. See, you're exposed to something new, which you can't unsee, and now you get to expand on your horizons. You get to expand on your circles. You get to expand on the amount of money that's in your pocket, right? I'm here to tell you guys that's not possible unless you commit. That's not possible, but let's get to M, right? Mentality. Some of you feel like right now you're waiting for somebody to save you. I'm here to tell you this, y'all. Because we family, right? Drop family in the chat. Drop family in the chat. Because some of you are waiting for somebody to save you right now. I want to tell you something. Because we family. Y'all saying family in the chat. Listen, nobody's coming to save you. I waited too. I prayed to God. Listen, nobody's coming to save you. I'm here to tell you there is no life vest. When you jumping, you falling. There is no life vest. There's no parachute. Guess what? When the bridge is burnt, the bridge is burnt, y'all. So I want to know this, right? How many of you guys been praying to God, right? You've been praying to God for $1 million. I want to know. Put it in the chat. Who's been praying to God like, yo, I could get a situation that make me comfortable? So Keyshawn said he's been praying to God for $1 million. I know he's not the only one because I've been there. I want to know who else been praying to God for $1 million. I have, right? Queen, right? Chalkney, right? So listen, I want to tell you guys something. In the Bible, it says this, right? James 4:2, it says, you have not because you ask not. So I want to break that down to y'all, right? See, some of you been praying for $1 million, and guess what? Guess what God did? He gave you a $50,000 job for 20 years. It's still $1 million, y'all. It's still $1 million. Think about it. He gave you a $50,000 job for 20 years. See, I want y'all to put faster in the chat. I want you to put faster in the chat. Put faster in the chat. See, when you get a coach, guess what? They help you get to your destination faster. They help you to decide, okay, making $1 million is just $83,000 a month, right? Now it's, guess what? It's $21,000 a week. It's $7,000 a day when you break it down. Now we understand what getting to $1 million look like, y'all. But that's not possible unless we get around the right groups. We get around and have the right mindset. We got to go faster. See, when you run with individuals that's faster than you, that's how you get to your destination quicker. See, I was able to get to my destination quicker. Why? Because I got around individuals that was faster than me. And I had something called borrowed confidence. I want y'all to write that down. I want y'all to write that down. See, that is something you get from your coach, y'all. I wasn't a speaker. Some of y'all like, damn, he a good speaker. I know I am now, right? But he could tell you in the beginning I wasn't a good speaker. But I got something called borrowed confidence from watching him speak. I got something called, guess what? Exposure equals expansion from him. I got something called, guess what? Whoever has your ear has your future. So I want you guys to understand this. Some of you right now are in and out right now. In the Bible, it says this, y'all. A double-minded man can never be focused. A double-minded man could never be fully in. And some of the ladies on the call like, oh, he said man, right? They ain't talking about me. But listen, that's in reference to every single one on the call. See, it's either you in or you out, y'all. Some of you got on this call to change your life. Who wants to change their life? I want to know. Drop it in the chat if you truly want to change your life. Drop it in the chat if you truly want to change your life. And I want to tell you guys a story, right? And I got this from Pursuit of Happiness. The kid said it to his father, right? He said something. He said, there was a stranded man on the island, right? And some of y'all may know this, but I want to remind you. There was a stranded man on the island. And this stranded man, guess what? He said, God is going to make me a boat. So guess what? A boat went by. Burn. Listen, he was like, nah, it's okay. God is going to make me a boat. Second boat went by. It's okay. God is going to make me a boat. Third boat went by. Guess what? He ended up in heaven, y'all. He said, God, why haven't you made me a boat? And God said, I sent you 3 boats. What if this is your last boat? What if it's your last boat? I want to know. What if this is your last boat to be successful? Because what happens is a lot of you guys think that you have today, tomorrow, next week, next month, but you are naive to think you have that. There are people dying every single day. And as we know, right? As we know, guess what? The gravesite is the richest place in the world. Why? Because people die with $1 million ideas every single day, y'all. Every single day, people die with $1 million ideas. So I want to know this, right? You're not committing just to yourself. You are committing to your family. Because one thing I know for sure is they say, whatever you do today affects the next 3 generations. Based off what you're doing right now, do you feel like your next 3 generations are going to be proud of you? Yes or no? Drop a yes or no in the chat, because we said we family. I want to know. We said we family. I just want to know. Okay, everybody said they'll be proud. So based off where you are right now, you feel like you don't need coaching? Because I know right now, even where I'm at, and I'm successful, I don't still think my next 3 generations will be proud of me. I got to work harder. I got to post more. I got to be more of an omnipresence. Not yet. Let's go, Steve. Look, Steven understands, right? I need coaching. Here's the beautiful thing. You guys seen it. You seen Kobe. You seen Jordan. What did they have in common? They had a coach, y'all. But here's the thing. A lot of people wait to the 4th quarter to come off the bench. You can't come off on the 4th quarter. You cold now. You got to get warm now while we in Q2. We are in Q2 of the year right now, ending Q2. This is your time to shine. This is your time to shine. So if you committed while I was speaking, I want to know in the chat. If you committed while I was speaking, drop a me in the chat. If you committed, right? You committed to you. Let's go, Anika. And I want to tell you guys something, right? Because I see Anika on the screen right now. I want to tell you guys this, right? Congratulations to Anika. Here's the thing. In a year from now, some of you are going to get back on this call who didn't commit, and Anika's going to be teaching you. It's scary how things work, y'all. Talk about quantum leaps. Y'all. Talk about quantum leaps. See, Anika is going to be teaching some of you guys who don't commit a year from now. Amika, I'm telling you. You know how I know? Guess what? Because Amika on camera. See, here's one thing I want you guys to understand, right? How can you turn up your life if you can't turn on your camera? You can't. How could you turn up your life if you can't turn on your camera, y'all? It starts with that. It starts with, guess what? Submitting to the person who knows more than you. See, we did it in school. As kids. We did it in school. We raised our hand for the teacher, right, to answer questions. We raised our hand to go to the bathroom. Why we think we can't do it now that we adults? We do it to our bosses all day. But to change your life, you can't do it to the person that's across from you on the call. You're not just submitting to the person who knows more than you. You're submitting to learning more. Because again, the more you learn, the more you earn, y'all. So I want to leave you guys with this, right? A rising tide raises all boats, y'all. Who's going to be the rising tide for their family? I want you to drop it here right now. Because a rising tide raises all boats. All boats, right? Okay, me, right? Okay, Anika, Steven, right? Carefree, right? Okay, good. You guys are going to be the ones to lead your family to that goal. And I want to leave you guys with this too. So I want y'all to say now, right? I want y'all to say now after everything I say, right? When should I commit to bettering my life? I want to know in the chat. When should I commit to bettering my life? Now, right? When should I elevate my life? I want to know. When the opportunity comes, when do we commit? Yeah, good. Now, see, some of you are still waiting. Some of you are saying now, but you're still waiting. That goes back to the quote in the Bible, a double-minded man. A double-minded man. Some of you are saying now, you're still waiting. I'm here to tell you guys, there's faith and there's fear. But you have to pick one, y'all, because it's just like water and oil. They don't mix. But here's the beautiful thing, right? With faith, you're investing in something you can't see. But guess what? Every single good thing you do is compound interest. I want y'all to say daily deposits in the chat. Daily deposits in the chat. I want y'all to drop daily deposits in the chat. See, that's what happens. You make daily deposits. We don't just make daily deposits on our bank account. See, we make it on our bodies. We make it on our mind. We make it on our soul. We make it on people that's around us, right? Because here's the beautiful thing I know, right? If you are bright light and you shining bright and you start to dim your light for other people around you, guess what you're doing? You're hurting the people around you. Because when you dim your light, guess what? Everybody's light dims around you. Who you are, y'all. So I want to do something special, right? I want to do something special for whoever committed while I was on the call. D, is it okay if I do something special? I don't know. I want to do something special. How many people committed while I was speaking, if you know? Right? And then I want to.
I got one.
I want to know right now.
Okay. 1, 2. Let's see. 8.
I want to know. Committed. Let's go, Keyshawn.
3.
K-Schwan. All right, listen, I got 2 more spots for you guys, right? I want to do something for those right now who's afraid. Maybe you're afraid right now because you don't know how it's going to work out. I'm here to tell you, I want to do something special. I want to do a one-on-one with the 5 people that committed while I was in the call. So I'm going to give you guys a leg up on every single person that comes in, right? Because what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to show you guys systems on how to be successful. Like Darius said, systems stand for saving you time, energy, and money. So I want to show you guys how to scale your business, how to build our system. So when you commit, I want you to put, I committed. This is for anybody who's about to commit right now. But I don't want you guys to not be afraid. You can't be afraid of bettering your life. See, the problem is this, D, and I know this for sure. A lot of people are afraid of being great because guess what? You're asked to do that over and over and over again. But here's the beautiful thing about being great, y'all. If not you, then who? I want y'all to put in the chat, if not me, then who? Who's going to be great for me? Who's going to be great? Who's going to take my family to that next level? See, I understood when I was living in a 5th floor in the Bronx, walk-up flight, right? I understood when I was stepping over people to go to school that was slumped over on the stairs. Now I live in Atlanta. My apartment is all glass. See, that's not possible unless I believe. You got to believe. I want you guys all to understand on this call that you got to believe. You got to take yourself to that next level. If you don't take yourself to that next level, you can't take your family to that next level. So I want to know right now who's committed in the chat. If you committed already, I want you to put committed. And if you're about to commit, I want you to put committed. But figure it out, y'all. We commit first and we figure it out because every single shot we don't take is a miss. Every single shot we don't take is a miss, y'all. Don't miss your opportunity to be successful. Let me tell you guys, I had a conversation with Darius. He said, yo, man, you could be a coach. Look at my shirt, y'all. Look at my background. I'm a coach, right? But that's what your coach do. They tell you things that you don't know about yourself already. Did you think Kobe could make that last shot without Phil Jackson telling them that he can make that last shot? It's called borrowed confidence, y'all. Guess what? I have my students. And guess what? When people don't commit, guess what happens? You miss out on money. So I'm going to break this down to you guys. There's going to be people on this call that make around $200,000 in a month, $100,000 a month, make $1 million. And some people are not going to commit. If he has another event in 4 months, how much money did you lose if you didn't commit today? If somebody's making $100,000 a month, I want to know in the chat who want to do the money math for me. If you don't commit today, and somebody in this chat right now start making $100,000 a month, how much money did you lose? Let's go, Chalkney, committed. You lost $400K. Good job, Steven. Now let me ask you a question: Is $5,000 worth $400K? Let's do the money math here. Let's do the money math. Is $5,000 worth $400K? I want to know. I want to know in the chat. Talk to me a little bit. Let's have a conversation. Here's the beautiful thing, guys. Here's the beautiful thing. When you give up that $5,000, you instantly get something back. What happens is when you give up that $5,000, you enter a zone. You want to know what that zone is called? That zone is called the give me zone. See, you start to make money off of your relationships. You start to make money off your relationships. See, here's the thing. Me and Darius, we go to a gym, right? We pay $1,000 a month. But here's the thing. There's Lamborghinis outside, parked outside. Everybody got Lamborghinis. But here's the beautiful thing. As you go into it, you start to make money with your peers. So now you're around guys who make 9 figures. You got around guys who make 10 figures. But now you start to, guess what? You get to pick up on their traits on how they became successful. See, that's the beautiful thing. It's called environment, y'all. It's called environment. I want y'all to drop environment in the chat. And then I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to leave you with one more thing. D, I know. I'm going to leave them with one more thing before I go, right?
Go ahead.
I want y'all to drop environment in the chat, y'all. Yeah, environment, right? Carefree said environment, right? Okay, environment. Here's the thing, y'all. I want to know this. How much is a bottle of water in the corner store? Drop it in the chat. How much is a bottle of water in the corner store, y'all? How much is a bottle of water? $1. Keith Swan said $1, $1.50, $3, $2. Now, how much is that water? Because I'm from New York, y'all. How much is that water in Madison Square Garden? You know the Knicks just won a championship. The Knicks just won the championship. How much is that bottle of water in Madison Square Garden or Yankee Stadium? Hope just performed in Yankee Stadium, right? How much is that bottle of water? $10. What changed about that water, y'all? Was it the ounces? Did the minerals change in the water? The environment. Good, James. He got it. It's the environment, y'all. See, what happens is you go from an environment where you're tolerated to an environment where you're celebrated when you get into these mentorships. See, you're not in environments that tire you anymore. You're in environments that inspire you. So who wants to be inspired? I want you to drop a me in the chat. And then I want you to commit. Who wants to be inspired, y'all? Because I don't know about y'all. See, motivation is like lotion. As soon as you get in the shower, it just comes off. But I want to be inspired. It got to be in you. It can't be on you. It can't be on you, y'all. It got to be in you. So, D, man, I appreciate you.
Now that was
thank you so much, man.
Hey, that was so good. I want to ask you one more question, bro. That was so good, right? From funding alone in the past year, how much have you made?
From funding alone, so we did 1.4 million the first year. The first 2 quarters we did $1 million. So right now we're probably going into 3 million total from funding alone.
And why do you believe that funding is one of the best businesses that people can start? Because we have a lot of people here who are leaving a job, and we have some people here who are adding it as a service. Yeah, so I'll break it down. So here's the beautiful thing about funding. Number one, it costs you no money to start it. It only costs you relationships. Just to give you guys one quick hack, you can go on LinkedIn to build up relationship managers. Now you get to introduce your clients and provide a service. And then now you make 10% of that. Also, let me break it down too. It only costs you 1 client per month to make 6 figures a year. So some of you can beat out your salary because the average salary in America is $48,000. 1 client per year makes you your money back. I mean, 1 client per month makes you your money back within the year. One. To make $100,000, 1 client per month. So I'm here to tell you guys, funding is one of those businesses where you don't need money to make money, y'all. See, in real estate, you got to invest money into going to get the properties, right? If you want to get into vending machines, you got to buy the vending machines. Here's the only thing you need is clientele. All you need is content. And it's very easy now you can see somebody online and remake it. Facts. So you need content and you just need clientele. You don't need anything else to make money, y'all. So I'm for those of you who's afraid, right? Maybe it's like, oh, I thought I make this investment. What else do I need? You need nothing else, y'all. You just need, guess what? Clientele and relationships. Clientele, relationships. How many of you guys feel like that's easy to do? To build up clientele and a relationship. I want to know in the chat. Let's go. Me, Keyshawn. Okay. See? Easy. Easy. And then you got a coach. Y'all got it easy. I'm telling you, I paid Darius a lot of money. A lot of money. We're talking well over 6 figures, y'all. Yeah. I continue to pay him. Why? Because I get information. I grow. So now guess what? When we go to dinner, we're fighting over the bill because I'm still figuring out ways to pay him. That's how you want to be, guys. You want to figure out ways to pay him. That's it. Hey, I appreciate you, bro. So good, man. I think your story is crazy, bro. You keep going up, man. So, 3 mil in only 2 years. So I know that's going to turn into 10 mil year coming soon, man. Keep inspiring, keep being great, bro. We appreciate you, bro. Keep make sure you drop your IG so people can follow you, my guy. I got you for sure. Yes, sir. I'll see you later. Hey, did he go crazy or what, y'all? That's we like to say mentor turn friend tour, right? What happens is, I'm big on relationships. So like some of y'all, you're gonna be in an environment where people become family, right? Like we got people in the programs, they go on, they do business together. Like they making hundreds of thousands of dollars together, millions of dollars together. That's the importance of mentorship. I don't want y'all to think it's bigger than just like, oh, let me get this blueprint. It's about changing your paradigm. It's about changing the way you see things, right? Anything you want in life, like I come from an environment of poverty. So I literally couldn't see success. I couldn't see the things that I wanted. And because I couldn't see it, I couldn't seize it. I couldn't take advantage of the opportunities that I wanted in life. And it wasn't until I got in bigger rooms around bigger people, or people who aspired to be in places I wanted to be, people who wanted to go places I wanted to go, people who wanted to make the money I wanted to make, that my life changed. When I lived in Boston, my average income or year was between 40,000 and 100,000 on a great year. Why? Because everyone around me, that's what they were making. And when I say you can only grow to what you're exposed to, that's exactly what I mean. When I moved to Atlanta, my first full year in Atlanta, I did $1 million, 1.3. What was the difference? Same person, grew my mindset, because I grew my environment. And what I'm telling you is, in your life, if nothing changes, nothing changes. The car you want to drive, the house you want to live in, the schools you want to put your kids in, it all starts with a decision. Not a choice. Let me be clear. And I'm talking to that person right now who's on the fence. And if you think I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. I'm talking about a decision, because the difference is a choice gives you multiple, right? This or that, success or not success. To be successful, you have to make a decision. Right? And the root of decision is decise. The Latin root is to cut off all other options. The reason we can't grow in our lives is because every time we get to a point where we're supposed to make the decision to go all in, we retreat. We go back to the other side of the brain that tells us, now play it safe, play it cool. But let me ask you this. Where has safety got you? Tell me. Where has playing it safe got you? I got this saying, I tell people all the time. I say, I took risks to get rich. Now, I'm not talking about dumb risks. I'm talking about calculated risks. I'm talking about, I'm one of the people in my class who I graduated at the bottom of the class. But here's what I was. I was smart enough to realize I didn't have the answers to the test, but there were people who had the answers to the test. I was smart enough to realize I needed to sit next to so-and-so who getting A's on the test. Some of y'all, the problem is, you're not copying the right cat. You're not learning from a person who's been to places you want to go. Some of you, you're listening to your mom about business advice who has never had a damn business, and we worry why we're not growing. How the hell are you going to grow from somebody's advice who's never been you where you want to be? Some of you, you're talking about breaking generational curses, but you're talking to the generation who's been cursed. How does that make sense? If you want things in your life to change, then you have to change. You've been not investing in yourself. Where has it got you? For some of you, the thing that's holding you back is actually where you are. Some of you, you're making money, and in your environment, you're telling yourself, I'm good. The reality is you're good, but you could be great. Some of us, we acting like God's blessings are on the budget, like it's limited. No, you can go out and get whatever you want. But the problem is, if you play small, you stay small. Some of y'all, you've been playing medium, you've been playing small your whole life when God got a bigger assignment. But the only way out is through. I'm going to run that back. The only way out is through. You cannot skip the process. You trying to figure out, well, how do you're not going to finesse your way to wealth. I'm going to be honest with you. you can lie to yourself. You can't lie to the universe. You can lie to yourself, but you can lie to the universe. Y'all, you cannot fake energy. You cannot fake principles. Principles apply to all people, all places, at all times. Some of you right now, you have a decision to what I call burn the boats, which is to go all in on yourself. Y'all know the story of burning the boats? There was this crew, they went over to an island, and on the island, there was 40 pounds of gold. And when they got to that island, they were searching for the gold for about 4.5, 5 hours. So what someone said is, let's go back to the boat because the gold is clearly not here. They went back to the boat, but the boat was already burnt. One of the men decided to go back early and burn the boat. Why? So they had no choice but to find the gold. 6.5 hours later, they found 40 pounds of gold, and everybody's good now. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because some of you are not giving yourself enough opportunity to create your own luck. You keep quitting every time things get hard. You keep stopping everything, something is outside of your comfort zone, which is holding you back. The reason you need a coach is not for information. You need someone to push your ass off the diving board so you could go jump on the deep end and see how great you can be. That's what you need. See, I'm not the coach who tells you what you want. I'm not here to give you what you think you want. I'm here to give you what you need. So if you think when you come in here, it's going to be no, I'm going to be why aren't you doing the work? What is holding you back from getting where you want to get to? What is the thing that's keeping you from your dream life? Why? Because I learned early, as the saying goes, the truth will set you free. And some of y'all ain't never been the truth. And that's why you've been lied to. That's why we're not growing. You have to get in an environment where it's uncomfortable. And I got coaches right now. They're like, what are you doing? Why are you only spending $80,000 to $100,000 a month? Why are you not spending $200,000-$300,000 on advertising your business if you telling me, Darius, you want to be the biggest? See, you don't have a coach who's not being important to, and if your coach don't got a coach, then they're not really qualified to be your coach. Y'all got a coach who has a coach, who always have a coach, because if I don't continue pouring into me, how can I give you everything I have? If I don't continue pouring into me, how can I pour more into you? Y'all, your life only changes when you make a decision for it to change. And I seen a couple people in the chat. They say, man, this is great. I don't have it. I got to wait till next time. Here's the reality. If I told you you had to come up with $50,000 to come up with something by Tuesday, otherwise your life was on the line, would you find it? What would you do to find it? You do anything in your power. And the point is not the money. The point is we invest in things that are important enough to us. The way I treat my personal success is I'm willing to do whatever I have to do so I can have the life that I want to have. So when we say, oh, I don't know how I'm going to come up, it means it's not important enough to you. If that rent was due, that rent going to be due in about 4 days. You're going to come up with a way. Why? Because it's important enough to you. So the reason I'm telling you this is because your success has to be that important. Your success has to be so important to you that you are willing to get uncomfortable in order to get there. So what are you willing to cut off in order to take off? What are you willing to sacrifice in order to go up? You have people who are counting on you. I asked you at the beginning of this week, do y'all remember what I said the first day? What's the question I asked you? I said, what is your why? What was your why? I want you to think back to what was my why? What is the reason I want to make more money? What is the reason I want to break generational curses? What is the reason I want to do all these things? Some of y'all, you said your kids. Some of you say your 4 kids. Some of you say your mom. You want to retire your mom. Some of you say you want to take care of your family. I need you to remember what that why was. Because if you remember what I told you, I need you to think every time you cross a hard road, you got to think, if I don't go all in on me, then how does that affect them? Some of y'all is bigger than you. Like, I'm the person in my family that even when I was broke, even when I wasn't having it, people would come up, I'm like, I don't even have it. And what happens is, a lot of us, we get annoyed when people in our family, we ask us for this money, right? Like anybody, you be like, dang, it's a lot. Or you start ducking calls, or you start ducking them when you at the family reunion. Here's what I want to challenge you to do. Instead of ducking them, instead of avoiding them, instead of being annoyed, how about you step up to the plate? How about you go out and become the person so the next time your people ask, you got it? The only way that works and happens is if you make it work and you make it happen. See, when I say the only thing that works is work, I meant development. The work's gonna work on you. I wasn't like this. Y'all, it was 4 years ago. I was at my mom's crib. 4. I'm not far removed. I understand what it took to get here. I understand when I was doing what I had to do so one day I could do what I wanted to do. I was working in a nightclub. You think I wanted to be out every night? Absolutely not. I had to make sacrifices to get where I wanted to get to. See, you can't get to your next level unless you sacrifice. Some of y'all, you've been playing it too cool for too damn long. When are you going to get off the fence? When are you going to stop doing what everybody else around you is telling you to do? If you look at your current environment and you don't like the other people's situation, why would you continue to do what they're doing? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. I heard this interview by Usain Bolt. He was talking about how Usain Bolt, the fastest man in the world, if you don't know. They did an interview on him. They said, do you get nervous? Do you get nervous before your race is still? Usain Bolt says, see, most people will be surprised, but I still get nervous at the starting blocks, right? He said, the reason I get nervous at the starting blocks is because that's the only time in the race where everybody starts. He said, if you watch Usain Bolt, once it gets to about 30 or 40 meters, what happens? He takes off, he separates, he's gone, he's out of there, nobody's catching him. But at the beginning of the blocks is where everybody is even. And the reason I'm telling you this is because a lot of you've done the hardest part this week. You've created momentum. You got out of the starting blocks. You have a foundation. You can see what life can be, but in order for you to go out and seize it, you have to continue to seize it. See, you don't want to get around the fire, get hot, and you go stray away from the fire. The reason people like Jay Mappy, the reason people like Alex, the reason people like Russ, the reason people like Ty and Keisha, who I'm about to bring up, the reason they're successful is because they stay around the fire. Did you hear what he said? He was in this very program y'all getting. Transparently, he paid, it was $10,000. It's going back up. It was $10K when he got it. He paid $10K. He started making $60,000 a month. I said, yo, you're ready for coaching. $60,000 a month. You do the math over 12 months. That's over $600,000. That's over $700,000. That's $720,000. I said, you're ready for coaching. I said, By you continuing to provide just a service and not serving the people, you are doing them a disservice because now people have to keep their issues. There are people who are broke who need your help. I need you to go out and show them. Then he got into coaching. His funding company went up, started doing $100,000 a month. His coaching company started doing $50,000 a month. Then he's been able to have a $300,000 a day. Why? Because he gets it. If you stay around the fire, you'll stay hot. It's very simple. If you stay out in the winter, you will stay freezing cold. Y'all, when I say one conversation can change your life, I've been in a room, I was at a mastermind 2 weeks ago. I was in this room, and the reality is I paid $20,000 to be in this mastermind. The information I was taught on the board wasn't even super valuable. But just by being in that room, I got next to people who were doing 10 million a year, 15 a year, 30 million a year. Me having conversations with them, me talking to them on the side. What are you doing? Who are you working with? Who's your ads team? Who's your what CRM are you using? Where you getting your employees from? Where are you hiring? Those one little nuances turned me up. Why? Because you don't know what you don't know. People be like, I'm going to figure it out. How the heck we going to figure out what we don't know without we don't even know? How? How do I figure out something that I don't know, that I don't even know about? The key to success is using the thinking that outthinks you. It always has been. It always will be. You have to use the thinking that outthinks you. That's the only way things work. Just like when we were in school, we already know the kids who kicked it on the SAT, the kids who passed, the kids who got the high scores. What did they do? They had them tutors. They had them special SAT tutors. I played Division I football. In the offseason, what did we do? The ones who turned out, we went out and we got extra personal training. We learned from strength coaches. Why? Because we understood that was going to be the difference. And when you showed up to those camps around those people, what happened? Everyone understood the assignment, y'all. Some of y'all don't realize the thing that you need to get you to the next level is you need someone to take you places that we cannot take ourselves. That's it. Think about that thing I talked about, time. I seen Warren Buffett, right? Warren Buffett did this interview and they asked him, there's this guy named Alex Hormozi, if you don't know him. Alex Hormozi he's crushing it. He's damn near a billionaire. He's going crazy, right? But they asked Warren Buffett, who's one of the richest men in the world. They say, how does it feel to be the richest world? He said, it feels cool. It's great. They would say what he said. He said, would you trade the money you have to go back and trade places and ages with Alex Hormozi? You know what he said? He said, every single time. Why would the richest man say, I would trade places with someone who's 60 years younger? Because of what I told y'all earlier. Time is the only unlimited resource we have, y'all. You can always get more money. You can never get back more time. See, him taking all the money in the world would have been being over. What is the point of that? Outside of setting up your family, of course, creating generational wealth, of course, but you have to prioritize moving with speed. It is costing you to be in the same position. All right. Any questions that anyone has? Does anyone need me to break down the opportunity again or the offer again? If y'all need me to share my screen too, I want to make sure I get y'all right. By the way, team just texted me update. It is 19 spots gone. All right, congratulations to y'all. If you already locked in, just say me. I want to congratulate y'all. All right, and does anyone need me to go over the offer? It's only giving me the deposit to pay the deposit. It's not giving me the option for finance. So Stephen, the way it works is you have to put down your deposit first. All right. When you put down your deposit, you get access to the course, right? You get on the phone with the team and then they walk you through financing. All right. So your deposit is going to be due first, and then they're going to walk you through the financing options. All right. I want to make sure y'all got that. I don't see it. All right. When you get on the phone with your rep, they will walk you through exactly where to find it. Sometimes the contract does go to spam, the agreement. All right, so make sure you check your spam, but if not, reach back out to your rep that you have, and they will walk you through that process. All right. All right, cool. Anyone need me to break down the opportunity again? I see a lot of me's, but I asked a couple questions. So if that was you, just put me one more time. If so, I'll walk it through, walk y'all down. And then what I want to do is, y'all, I want to congratulate a couple of y'all who did lock in. Anika said me, I got you. I got you. This is what I'm going to do. Coco, where you at? I want to bring you up. I want to bring some people up. Let me see. Shark. Here we go. Coco, you've been active all week. I knew you was going to join the family. You've been locked in all week. How you feeling?
I'm actually starving right this second. Gotta go get some food right now. And I was trying to wait. I already
You
did the
starving?
sign up, so I'm just on until you just feel like getting off.
Nah, no, I got you. I got you. What I want to know is what made you decide to take that leap of faith and go all in on yourself?
What was the question?
Oh yeah, oh service. I said, what made you decide to take that leap and go all in on you? What made you decide to take that leap and join?
Honestly, I have a lot of confidence in getting the job done. So as long as I got the information in the community, I don't really have any doubt in that space because I just bet on me and I know how I am,
God, so you a hustler is what I'm hearing. Like
literally.
you know
So,
you're gonna do the work.
yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
love
it.
that.
I just need the information,
I love that.
couple friends,
I love that.
and yeah, that's
Let's
it.
let's get it. Well,
Plus,
congratulations.
I've been going crazy. Oh, it's my internet because I'm outside now.
Okay.
But yeah, that's literally it. I bet on myself, and I always come out on top.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, but,
Well,
yeah.
congratulations. I'm super excited to coach you. I know you're gonna go crazy, and I'm just like you. Like I just need the information, and I'm good. So I'm excited. I know you're gonna go up, and welcome to the family. It's up. Welcome to the family. I love the response too. She's like, I just that's how I am, y'all. Like I don't be needing all the convincing. I'll be just like, just give me the play. Like my first mentorship, right? The first one I was in. I won't say whose it was, right? But I was in it, and it was a funding mentorship. It was back in 2022. All right. And I remember people was like, man, this ain't that good. And then we would have like the groups, and people were like, man, I just wish it was this. Me, it was a Facebook group with plays in the group to how to walk through the plays. I was getting busy. I'm like, I don't know what y'all talking about. I was going dumb. I'm talking about I was going crazy. Like I was making like $10,000-$15,000 within like the first month or two. And my point is, y'all, it's like some people they just executors, right? And I'm looking for those executors. I'm looking for those of y'all who's like, listen, like I'm ready. Like I'm sick and tired of being in the same position. I'm sick and tired of being average when I know I was supposed to have an above average life. Like you're not here. You ain't spend 3 days with me or 2 days with me. We got one more. You ain't spend these days with me just because you feel like you average. Right? Nobody here feel like they average. Am I right or am I right? Like everybody here, you feel like you know you up next. Like you know you're supposed to be in a different light. You know you're supposed to be doing more. Right? You know you're supposed to have more. Right? Good. And if you feel like that, guess what? You got an opportunity to do what I call be a part of the chosen one. It's called the 1%. And here's the reality. A lot of people they talk about that term 1%, right? All right, 1%. But here's what I'll tell you. When you say you want to be a part of the 1%, you gotta realize you have to be willing to do what 99% of people are not willing to do. And I think a lot of times we don't realize those things. Like, y'all, I want y'all to imagine, y'all, when I was trying to come up, I was posting content every single day, 2 to 3 times a day, trying to figure this thing out. My first investment, I spent money that I didn't have. I maxed out a credit card to figure this thing out. Because what I realized is no one is coming to save you. Like you gotta save yourself. Everybody in life, we got problems. I was talking to my aunt the other day. She's talking about one of my cousins. They be like beeping sometimes. Like, yeah, and he think we supposed to be the star in his movie. Like we all got our own lives. And when she said that, it hit me. She's like, you know what? Everybody's the star in their own movie. Everybody got their own problems. The reality is nobody cares. It sounds harsh, but the reality is nobody cares because nobody's coming to save you. You got to save your damn self. I realized that early. You have to save yourself. You have to figure out, how am I going to change my life? What am I willing to give up in order to go up? What am I willing to sacrifice now so I can have later? That's what it's about. What do I really want out of life? Every day you get an opportunity to wake up. You got breath in your lungs. You could breathe. You could walk. You could talk. You could hear. You got an opportunity to go out and get some money. You got an opportunity to make it happen. But what are you going to do different today than you did differently? If I keep doing yesterday, what I did today, it's fair to say I can only get the same result. I can only get the same result. How many people here, you can't stand liars? Anybody here, you can't stand liars? Like they get on your nerves? Shit, you might hate liars anyway. I heard someone say, oh, I hate liars, I hate liars. Anybody? Like you can't stand them. I see a lot of yeses in the chat. Like how you feel when somebody lie to you? Like how does it make you feel? Angry, annoyed. Someone said liars are the worst. Disgusted. What else? Saying someone said disgusted. Let me ask y'all something. We all said we hate liars, right? Why you wasting my time? They say. We all said we hate liars. But how many of y'all have told yourself, this was gonna be the time I post the content. This was gonna be the year I go all in on the business. This is gonna be the year that I was gonna get uncomfortable and do what I had to do. This is gonna be the year I focused on myself. This would be the year that I was gonna get access to funding. So a lot of us in the chat, we saying liars disgust us. Liars, we hate liars. Liars get on our nerves. And like I said, we family. So if I don't keep it real with you, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. Then why do we lie to ourselves all the time about giving this thing everything we got? Why? Why do we lie to ourselves every time we say we're going to give it everything we got for this business? We're going to go all in. We're going to focus on the business. We're going to create generational wealth. Why? Y'all, you have to realize every time you lie to yourself, you get to that point where you tell yourself you're going to do something, you trick yourself out your spot. The only thing you do is you make it harder for you to recover. Why? Because the subconscious is the strongest thing in the body. It knows. If every time something gets hard, you quit, you know what your subconscious says next time? It says, there go Darius again. Oh, he said he's going to start that. That's why I stand on everything I say I'm going to do, because I realize I am making my life harder by not doing that. Someone said, is there payment plans for this? Yes, there is. The only thing y'all have to do today is drop your deposit. Everything else will be worked out. Payment plans, financing, pay in full. We are going to work it out, but you have to commit. See, when you click that link, you think it's about some payment. It's about you committing to your new life and graduating from your old life. Because here's the reality. To get to your old life, you're going to love on the current you, right? But you're going to kill off the old traits, and we're going to get to the new us, right? So when you click that link, that's a commitment to yourself. If not for you, then for who? So from this day forward, I want us, for our sake, let's stop lying to ourselves so we can get to where we want to get to faster. Let me ask you this. 22 spots, 2 gone. Congratulations. I call out the last 2 who locked in. Let me ask you this though. Who do y'all look like? Congratulations to there's a lot of y'all. Brittany, congratulations, Betty, Marquita, Dr. Reese. I know you're gonna kill me. I'm gonna get that name right soon. I got you. Adika, Prince, Benjamin. I got a lot of y'all in here. All right. Oh, I see some of them. Yeah, I'm working on it. All right, let me ask you something. Who do y'all look like out of your parents? You like your mom, you like your dad? Who you look like? Your mom or your dad? Okay, someone said my mom. I see a lot of y'all. Okay, my mom. I look like my mommy. My mommy, my dad. I look like my pops. So y'all too cool, right? Okay, good. You look like your mom. You looking like your pops. Good. Look, y'all. When you come into this world, I want you to listen. When you come into this world, right, you look like either your pops, your moms, or both of them, right? But when you leave this world, you look like your decisions. And I'm telling you that because a lot of you don't realize every day you get opportunities to make a decision to change your life for the rest of your life. You get an opportunity. I don't care if you are in the worst position in the world right now. I have had people who have come to me with nothing and left with everything because they made consistent decisions to be better every single day. So when you get older and you start to get to a point where you're about to leave this world, I want you to think, what will I look like? Because I will look like my decisions, y'all. Understand this. I don't care who tells you money's not important. If most people that are telling you money ain't everything, they usually ain't got none. I'm going to be very honest. Money is not everything. Money misused is evil, but money isn't evil. Money is a great thing to people who are good people. If you are a good person, you need to hurry up and make more money so you can make the world a better place. Here's the reality. Money allows freedom. Money allows me a personal trainer so I can stay in decent shape. Money allows me a chef so I can eat healthy food so my body won't be deteriorated. Money allows me to get a massage so my body can stay in place. Money allows me to serve y'all at the highest level on this beautiful screen so I can talk to y'all and see y'all. Money allows the bills to get paid. Money allows me to pay for my mother's mortgage. What I'm telling you is you need to hurry up and make more money so that your decisions that you make, so as you grow, you can start to continue to be great. Because I understand what it's like to not have any. So the reality is you need to hurry up and figure out, how do I make more money faster? Keyword, faster, not slow. If y'all heard what he said, you're going to make $1 million. If you on this call and you work 20 years, you're going to make $1 million. Congratulations. You're going to make $1 million, but it's over 20 years. That's not a lot of money, right? It's $1 million though. The difference was the speed. I'm about to teach you some businesses that allow you to make more money faster. Like, y'all, when I go to Six Flags, like I took my family to Six Flags last summer, and we literally got into it because they were like, man, save the money, don't get the fast passes. I'm like, no, I'm getting it. Why? Because I understood that the experience would have been affected. They didn't want me to get the fast pass. I let them rock for the first 2 rides. We in line, I'm watching my sister sweating, my aunt looking annoyed, my niece got a little attitude, and I'm watching and I'm laughing because I'm like, I told you I'm getting the fast pass. So I get the fast pass. It was only like, I think $150, $200. And when I tell y'all, when we went back, we were able to get on every single ride 2 times, 3 times through. Now, somebody say it would have cost $150 if I didn't get it. But what I'll tell you, it would have cost me much more than that. It would have cost me experience. It would have cost me watching my family be frustrated. It would have cost us time. It would have cost the opportunity for a wonderful weekend to spend with them. It cost us all of these things, y'all. So when I keep reiterating time over money, because time is the thing that we need to prioritize if we want to make more money. Somebody put time in the chat. Time in the chat. What you are paying for, you're paying for time back. You're paying for a GPS. Some of y'all, you lived in the same neighborhood your whole life. You know what a damn Publix is. You still put in the GPS to go there, even though you know it's down the street, 2 lefts and a right. Why do you do that? Because you don't want to hit traffic. You don't want to get stuck. You don't want to be in the gym where now your whole day is ruined or you missed out and it closed. It's the same thing in your business. You're trying to figure out, how do I solve this problem without experiences? How do I solve this problem without the infrastructure? How do I solve this problem without the clarity? Well, would you ever try to go build a house off of watching a YouTube video? You wouldn't. It sounds crazy, right? Let me go watch this YouTube video on how to build a house and see if I could come back and build a house. That sounds crazy. Well, the reality is it's the same thing trying to build any business on your own. If you wanted to build a house, what would you do? You would get around the people who build houses. You would watch them build houses for a while. You would watch what they're doing. Then you would slowly start to say, hey, can I help with one piece? Then you would get confident with that piece. Then you would say, hey, can I help with the foundation? Then you would get confident there. Then eventually, after being around them, after being in the environment, after getting your specific questions answered, you would then be able to build a house. Am I right or am I right? That is exactly what coaching is. Coaching simply means faster. Coaching simply means you get to borrow my confidence while developing your own. That's all it is, y'all. So if you somebody you on the fence right now because you don't know what I'm telling you, you need to know. Because we're in a time where the world is getting more expensive. We're in a time, there's something called inflation. See, you're in a time right now where it's 2 things. It's the easiest time to become a millionaire, statistically speaking, but it's also the hardest. It's the easiest if you have direction. It's the hardest if you're doing it on your own. Why? Because there's so many distractions. Every video, you see somebody doing something new. Like a couple of y'all, I had to coach you. I said, listen, I need you to focus on one thing. I need you to focus on one thing until we get it right. That's what you get in this environment. All right. 23 spots gone, 4 left. I just want to give y'all a heads up. Super excited. Congratulations to y'all who already did lock in your spot. What I want to do is I want to show another. What I'm doing is I'm bringing up different people of different walks of life who have been different places. This right here, you're not supposed to have favorites. These are some of my favorite people right here. They're a product of coming through the program. They have been impacting many lives, credit, funding. They started doing so well with that now they're actually coaching as well. But I want to bring up Ty and Keisha. How y'all feeling?
We good. How you doing?
What's going on, family?
Good. What's going on? That's Pops in the back?
Yeah, it's
He
pops.
like, look, he full. He
How
went
you
to sleep.
feeling? Yes, sir. I wanted to bring y'all up. They're in the challenge. Obviously, we met in the challenge a couple years ago, and I literally just wanted y'all to just be transparent about, obviously the money's cool. A lot of them here were looking to make more money, get access to capital, but even just like your experience, but most importantly, what it has done for you in your life in terms of having more freedom and things of that nature.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like our life has completely
Completely changed.
transformed.
Yeah,
I
like
mean, go ahead.
I was gonna say the credit and the funding and absolutely changed our life and just the program itself. And if you sit here right now with your spouse, drop a 2 in the chat for me. Okay. Let me talk to the couples for a second. Okay, good. Because I want you to really think about something, right? Most couples argue about what? Money. Most couples struggle because of money, right? Most couples grow apart because they're moving in different directions. Oh, wait. No. Oh, the camera's off? Oh,
Is it on now, D? I think it
Yes,
is.
sir. Yeah.
Okay, bet.
I think, let's see. Is it still on?
Yeah, y'all good.
Okay.
What about now?
Yeah, you're good. We can see you.
Okay. But yeah, y'all, but when couples learn how to build together, right, instead of arguing about money, something like money, they make money together, y'all, and they win together. And that's something powerful, right? Because people always say a couple that pray together stay together. And I believe that, y'all. But I'm also here to tell y'all something else also. A couple that gets the bad together, they dominate together, y'all. Because now you're not just husband and wife, family. You business partners, you teammates. You're not just building a legacy together, you're building freedom together also. Because me and Keisha, right, we sat at the same table that we built together. We made money together. And the truth is, y'all, it didn't start perfect. There was times that I was working 60 to 80 hours a week, not too long ago, trying to figure this thing out, trying to chase the money, trying to build something bigger for our family. But when we finally got around the right mentorship, Darius, the right system, the right information, everything changed, y'all. Now we having 6-figure months, made over 700K last year, and even had 140K day, 140K day. But the real blessing isn't the money, y'all. The real blessing is building success with the person you love. So if you're a couple right now sitting on the Zoom and you on the fence, listen, y'all, don't let Phil make the decision for you. Because if 2 people can work 2 jobs, raise kids, pay bills, deal with life, then 2 people can absolutely build a 7-figure business together. But guess what, y'all? It starts with a decision. So if you serious about changing your life, if you serious about building something bigger together, then stop holding back. Let the rest of 2026 be the year you stop surviving together. Let the rest of 2026 be the year that you stop surviving together and start winning together, family.
Definitely. I mean, like that's you definitely said a mouthful there. Because I mean, that's the thing about it. I said when we started with this, like we've been together then and we still together now.
Right.
And the thing about it, y'all, is like you have to understand that everything takes work, right? It's either gonna work or it's gonna work. You got to figure out the way that you want to do it. But I also want to come from the perspective because I saw a lot of ladies on here when I was looking, right? But I want to ask all of y'all, but really like ladies, I want you to think about something, right? Because a lot of us, we carry a lot on our backs, like day in, day out, from the kids to the family, the cooking, the cleaning, all of it. But I want to ask y'all like a real question, right? How many of y'all are truly exhausted? Right? I know you tired, right? Not just physically, but I'm thinking like spiritually, mentally, emotionally, right? You tired of carrying everybody else's dream while you putting yours on the shelf. Because that's what happens to a lot of us, right? Because you become the woman that everybody depends on. And I know that because I know for myself. But somewhere along the way, you stop becoming the woman that you were created to be. Now, a lot of us, we end up learning that the hard way, but I want you to understand something, that you cannot pour from a cup you've been refusing to fill. Now, when we join the mentorship, yes, that still makes you do other things, but it fills up your cup because you're learning so many more skills that obviously are going to be monetized at some point.
right? And then there's also too, people start to think when you invest in yourself, that's selfish. No, but you got to think about this. You spend money on your kids, on your spouse, on birthdays, vacations, on a whole bunch of other BS, right? But you have to realize that investing in yourself is something that's necessary for growth in life. We can't keep thinking about investments as being something that's expensive, or it's not the right time, or I'm going to do it later. Because y'all, we know later don't never come, right? The one person you've been waiting to change in your life has truly been waiting on you to believe that she's worth the investment, and that's who you are. See, there was a season in my life, right, where I thought all I needed was another opportunity. Like, I was a teacher, I done had corporate jobs, I done did all that. I thought the security was going to be the goal. But then life happened. And my husband had to have an emergency, heart surgery. And then my dad got sick. And then right after that, I ended up losing my job. And I remember sitting there asking God, like, why is everything falling apart? And at that moment, you don't really understand what's going on. But at the same time, I had to also understand that nothing was truly falling apart. Everything was falling into place. So if you're here on this call, it's not by coincidence, right? It's confirmation that you are in the right place. Because if my life had stayed comfortable, y'all, I would have stayed comfortable. And that's for a lot of you. We got to get out of our comfort zone, right? If that job had never ended, I would have never discovered the entrepreneur that was truly inside of me. I would have missed God's purpose. And I don't want anybody in here to miss your purpose because you're worried about the price tag on it. You're worried about the time. You're worried about the kids. No, you've got to do this for you. Sometimes God is going to end up removing your safety net because he knows you're capable of flying, but you got to be the one to do it, right? Because a lot of times we'll keep asking for a bigger check, a bigger opportunity, a bigger life. But you don't realize that it's not always about the bigger stuff. It's about becoming better. Becoming better means investing in yourself. Becoming better means taking time out to go to that class, take that course. Specifically this one, because I'm telling you, this is what changed our life. It literally saved our life, y'all. Literally. So the thing about it is, it doesn't matter. Like, if you get more money doing something, that's not going to fix poor decisions. Decisions are so important in your life. More followers ain't going to fix, low confidence. You have to understand, whatever you don't heal, success is going to end up exposing. And whatever you don't discipline, success is going to magnify that as well, too. So you have to understand, making these choices for yourself is going to bring the blessings on. And the blessing can only grow to the level that your character can actually sustain. Right? And see, the thing about it, we realized, right, that life was changing when we stopped asking, how do I make more money? And started asking, who do I need to become? See, that question is something that we we talk about every single day. Who do you have to become that person that wants to make $1 million, right? And the greatest investment, like Darius mentioned earlier, you have to invest into your business. You do. But you also have to invest into the person that's building the business. That's when you're going to get the most success, right? I don't care how many books you buy, all that. You have to make sure you are invested into yourself, because you are worthy of that, right? Because if you ain't willing to bet on yourself, why is the world going to bet on you? See, the thing about it, y'all, we got to remember, especially ladies, we have to remember, we want all these things, but we got to be willing to go all in, because everybody's going to celebrate like the end goal, the harvest, but ain't nobody going to be applauding the roots. And that's when the things are the toughest. That's when the things are the toughest. It doesn't mean that you aren't growing. It just means that you have to keep going with it.
I love that.
So, y'all,
Talk that talk, baby. Hey,
Talk that talk.
Hey.
That's good. That's so good. I appreciate y'all. That's a word. Somebody put better in the chat. You say you want to be bigger, you gotta get better. That's so good.
Yes.
So good. And the thing I always love is, like, we got different people, different walks of life. Some people, they have businesses, they're starting to add funding as a service. Some people, they're coming from 9 to 5, they're transitioning in. I know you all have, like, climbed at every single level, right? Starting with just, doing credit repair, to then doing funding, to now coaching. Briefly, in a minute, talk to, like, what that's been like literally just adding on services and how that's helped you transition and make more money. Oh, let's see, my fault.
So adding on services, like, that's been a true game changer, right? Because, like, in the beginning, it was like, we're only doing credit repair, sticking to it. That's it, like nothing else. But then we realized, okay, we're letting money bypass by, and then we're like, okay, we add on the funding. But the thing about it is, you have to really start thinking like a true entrepreneur. Like I said, like, what else does somebody else need from me? They get the money. Okay, maybe they need their business set up. Maybe they need a back end system. And so now it's like, We have, like, you got to think about it. We went through the process. We know what it takes to set up a back end system or a funnel. Then that's a new service that we can offer, which now means, of course, you're making more money, but you're also serving more people, making more people happy. And like naturally, when you make another person happy, guess what? They're gonna tell somebody else, which means now you got more people coming back to you.
Absolutely. And when you lock in with this mentorship, that's something you absolutely learn. Because like what they say, the average millionaire got to have 7 streams of income. But when you lock into this mentorship, Derek's gonna show you how to get 7 streams of income in the same business, pretty much. So cause now you're driving 7 different vehicles, right? You got 7 different vehicles to go out here and make money. Whether it's digital marketing or whether it's coaching. Derek's gonna give you those. He's gonna give you those vehicles to go out here and make that bag.
And the thing about it, y'all, like just from growing with Darius, like I remember like 2 years ago, 2.5, I don't know, it might be 3 now. It ain't. But the thing about it is like the growth that we've seen in Darius, but also within ourselves of who he's like coached us to be, of just like doing speaking engagements. Like I just had one yesterday. It's like was just thinking about everything that he's taught us, y'all. It's skills that you use in anything. Like you cannot, when I say you cannot go wrong, you cannot go wrong. It was like literally the best thing that we've ever done. The best thing.
Absolutely, y'all. Listen, I remember our first business was gonna be a food truck. It was $10,000, right? Me and Keisha, we both working. We got side hustles going. We selling Nike suits. We selling fire sticks. Whatever the name, we was doing it, right? But we could not save those $10,000 because it seemed like every dollar we made, it was getting taken away from us. But once we locked in with Darius, y'all, not only did we learn business, but we also learned how to start making money. We was able to make over $10,000 per month, make over 15,000, 20,000, 30,000. But it was the guidance that came. It was the guidance that came with that was able to put us in a position to be able to make that.
And like when I said that word becoming, it's like he coaches you to become that person. Like the thing about it, y'all, you have to become a millionaire in your mind long before it comes to your bank account.
Absolutely.
Like there is no other way about that because you can't. Like I always tell it my mentees myself. Like listen, y'all. It starts with a couple things. Like first thing, you know, you got to get rid of the next day energy. You got to get rid of that. When we do it tomorrow, we know that ain't happening. The second thing is like a lot of us, you got to audit your environment because people around you, they ain't always, you know, in that becoming phase with you. That's just the truth about it too. But the third thing is you have to check yourself. You know, so a lot of us will do the first 2, but that third one of checking ourselves and realizing that you've got to become that person. We don't want to do it, but that's the thing that we took from it. And I'm telling you, like it has just elevated us. Like we went from making $1,000, $2,000 a month to, like Ty said, making $100,000 in a month. Like that's a tremendous growth, but it can happen fast if you change fast. Like it's not out of reach.
And like you said, it's all about becoming, right? Before we became, y'all know we did. We locked ourselves in for 6 months. We locked ourselves in. We joined the mentorship. We locked in for 6 months. We learned what needed to be learned. We started executing. Once we started executing, it was no looking back. And sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to lock in and lock yourself in to become that person that you know that you can be, that you know you want to be.
Love that. So good. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all drop y'all Instagram handle in there that people can follow y'all. Y'all are killing it, crushing it. Always appreciate y'all coming up and just loving on the people, reaching back, continue being great. Y'all make sure y'all go follow Ty and Keisha. Super dope. They got dope content. They crushing it. Yeah, they got get some of y'all. What they say? Get money with your bae.
Get a bag with your bae. Listen, though, there's I didn't even think about it, but listen, whoever locks in, I don't know who locked in just now because I didn't listen. If they locked in, make sure they follow me, inbox me so they can make sure they attend our class when we do that. Get the bag with your bae because I want to show you how we didn't got over $500,000 together in credit. I'm talking about in funding, right? And then how you make that money with your bae because that's one of those things. So
That's
make sure you give me their names. Like I'm dropping my our IGs in the chat right now.
Okay, so for the next 3 people that lock in, just let me know. Once I see them, I'll send them y'all names, and y'all go to that super dope concept, and I appreciate y'all always. Man, was that good or was that good? I seen y'all in the chat. Hey, I'm telling you, what we say? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want further, you go together. They are the definition of that, y'all. So any of y'all that's, you've been on the fence, you wondering, can I do this with my spouse? Can I do it with my significant other? Whatever it may be. They are the example. They came in together. They come on the calls together. I will never tell y'all can't bring y'all significant other on the call, right? It even says in the Bible, when you join, you are one. You come as one, right? If y'all got kids, as long as they live in the same household, you have your kids on the calls. Our coaching program is about family. It's about family, creating a family environment. Now, I ain't saying you can have all your cousins, you can send in the links. I ain't saying that, right? What I is saying is for your significant other or your direct, son or daughter, then that is also the opportunity for y'all. All right. I did see one question. I wanted to answer one question. And if y'all do have questions, any questions y'all have, make sure you drop your questions so I can get you clarity. I think it was from Linda. I can't find it now, but I seen it. It was like, what I think you said credentials do you need to do funding? I think that was essentially what it was. Here's what I'll tell you. You don't need a credential. You need a skill set. That's all. And the way I like to do it, break it down is like this. See, a lot of us, one of the biggest things my goal is to get us to do, just everyone, is to unlearn and relearn, right? So a lot of us, we went to college or we go to college or we tell our kids to go to college, but we go to college for business, right? And when we look at and we're honest and transparent with ourselves, when I went to college, people went to school for business and they took a business class, right? But the person they learned from was a person who didn't have a business. The person they learned from was a person who made about $40,000 a year, which I'm not downing, right? But what I am saying is that person did not have the credentials to teach them business, but he taught them business, right? When you get in like these programs, like I can't speak for everybody, but my program, what you're learning is you're learning from someone who has actually been in the field and done the things that I'm teaching you that I've done, right? With that being said, the credentials that you're going to get is your experience. There's no better credential than experience, right? A lot of these big companies, they have like these credentials they'll give you so that you feel. Feeling is just off emotion. But if you think about it from a logistical standpoint, the only thing you need is a skill set. You need the ability to get someone a result, right? Which I want to teach you. So yes, that's the credential that you'll need. You'll need just to get it done. I'm going to teach you it, and you're going to gain confidence. And from that, you're going to be able to now serve the people. When it comes to specifics for clients, contracts, right? I give you contracts. I show you how to utilize the contracts, and all of those things. But other than that, you're good. All right. Other than that, that's all you need, right? Legal binding docs, I give you those, and then just a skill set. All right. iPhone said I need clarification. If you could tell me clarification on what specifically, I definitely got you. All right. iPhone said, Darius, I am in. Oh, let's get it. Congratulations. Super excited. Miss Parker said, thank you, Mr. Ty and Keisha. God bless. Always. Y'all make sure y'all go follow them. They are going absolutely crazy. And one thing Keisha said that's so good is like, I want y'all to think it's bigger than just a specific thing. Like, they say something's a caught, not top, right? And that's one of my favorite sayings because what I'm telling y'all is this $5K that y'all paying, in 6 months, this always get people come back and they tell me, they be like, dang, bro, I scammed you. Like, y'all gonna feel like y'all scammed me. Because what you're coming in for, you're gonna get so much more. You're gonna get so much more value, like skills. Like, you're gonna learn how to speak. You're gonna learn how to talk. You're gonna learn about things that you don't even know you're getting, right? Systems, all these things that carry you a long way, not just in this business, but in any business, all right? So I want you to take mind to that. It's bigger than just the specifics. It's about everything that who you are becoming as a person. Do you think it's possible to have a conversation about an issue? Yeah, absolutely. What you can do is, Julie, you can reach out and I'll make sure that the team talks to you. Actually, do me a favor. Shoot your number, your full name and your number, and I'll make sure that someone's good. All right. Telly said, why can't I open the contract agreement? So what you're going to do is the team just resent it, but please check your spam, promotions, and junk. They resent it. A lot of times with the agreement too, I forget if it's Chrome or Safari, but sometimes in one of them, it doesn't show that clear. So what you want to do, Telly, I think you talked to Ernest, you talked to somebody, whoever it was. If it's not working, you can reach back out to them and they'll definitely get you on board. All right. They were awesome. I know. They were amazing. All right, listen. Super excited. Before we get up out of here, all right, just want to be clear, we do still have 5 spots left. With that being said, once those 5 spots are gone, we are gone. All right. We're at 22 spots. I told you we're going to go with 27. All right. If anybody does need to secure their spot, is there anybody here who right now you're working on it, but you're saying, I got to go move some things around and do some things? If that's you, save that link. All right. If you do get to the link and it says it's slashed out, that just means the spots are gone. But if it is still open. That means the spots are still open. All right. Tomorrow is day 3. All right, day 3. All right, day 3. All right, with that being said, tomorrow morning, we are going to be back at it at 9 a.m. I'm sorry. Yeah, tomorrow's Monday. 9 a.m. All right, what time? Let me know in the chat. 9 a.m. 9 a.m. All right, 9 a.m. sharp. We got morning call, and then we're only 30 minutes, and then we come back in the evening. And then our call starts at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. All right, what's tomorrow? Monday, 6:15 p.m. We'll be started. All right. Got some super value for you tomorrow. I'm gonna break down digital products. We're gonna break down more marketing, and then I might even get into some live funding. Anyone want to do live funding? Yeah, we might do some live funding. If not tomorrow, for the VIP on a bonus day. For VIP a bonus day, or those of y'all who locked in, of course, we'll be doing live funding on a bonus day. So definitely digital products, marketing tomorrow, and then live funding will probably actually be the bonus day for y'all. All right, y'all. Listen, let's have an amazing night. If you want to need anything, or when do you get the call? The call prints right after you put down your deposit. It should have been booked on the next page. There was a link to book a call. If you didn't get that, just make sure you. Let me drop it. Let me drop it right here. I just dropped the link in the chat. Also, if you put down your deposit, someone from the team is gonna call you anyway. We're gonna make sure we reach out to everybody. We must be sure to unfreeze our accounts with credit bureaus first. Yes, if you are looking to get financed, you gotta unfreeze your account so that you can be able to go through financing. 100%. I appreciate you sharing that, Deanna. 100%. And then yeah, all y'all who have, some of y'all say you got a 700, you want to see about financing, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure if that is you, all you got to do is put down your deposit. We'll get on the phone and they'll finance the rest of you. Also, if you do have over the 650-ish, then we'll talk about there's an opportunity where we do live funding. Y'all can get live funding as well if you haven't already. All right. Someone said, what if we don't get approved? Here's the reality. If you don't get approved for financing, we have in-house payment plans. All right, so that's another option. If for whatever reason you can't do that, you have already access to once you put down your deposit, you have access to my course, which is over $2,000 worth of value. Really, it's over way more value, but $2,000 is what we usually sell it for. I'm giving you guys that. All right. Which bureau for this program? What do you mean? Oh, you're saying which bureau they pull for? Well, different ones. Sometimes it can be TransUnion, I believe, and sometimes it can be Equifax, I believe. So if you can, I would unfreeze both. And then I want to let y'all know this too. Understand that education is a tax write-off. So anytime you guys invest in a program, my program, any other program, all right, what you're gonna do is you can always write that off at the end of the year. All right. So I want y'all to know that just in case you were like, oh, what's another benefit to it? All right. So you do have that there as well. All right. Make sure we good. 550 approvals. There's an opportunity. All right, there's an opportunity. Right. How much is the in-house? What does it say? Wait, how much is the monthly payment for in-house? The team will break all of that down on the phone with you, Sean. I promise they got you. They're gonna do everything in their power to help you out. All right. Can you walk me through funding for myself and how long does it take? For sure, we'll break that thing down. I think you in the family now, so we definitely got you. 655, you have a good chance as well. All right. Anything over that 6 range, we've seen a lot of approvals. We've seen every once in a while a person with a little less get approved. So that, like I said, there's an opportunity. All right. I am in here with my sister. Can we both get in? If y'all, your sister, if y'all are coming in on a program together, if you guys live with each other, that's perfectly fine. What I would do is, I would put down your deposit, talk to the team, and they already know the specifics. They'll ask you questions just to make sure it's not a situation. I'm not saying you, we have people that come in and try to do like tricks. So I'm not saying you. What I'm saying is they'll just break down exactly what needs to go on, but that is an opportunity, yes. All right. All right, y'all. What is your name so the team can contact? Oh, that's my team. Okay, good. Under 1T. All right, perfect. As long as y'all staying together, that's fine. And here's so we can get both. All right, cool. Thank you, Mr. Bennett and the team. God bless. No, thank y'all. Super excited. Congratulations. Welcome to the family. Those of y'all who did lock in. Tomorrow, day 3, we back at it. Every day it gets better. Remember, I told y'all every day we get better. I think I've held my end of the bargain so far. We're going to keep getting better, and we're going to keep growing. All right, 9 a.m. sharp. You have an amazing, amazing night. I will see y'all in the AM.